Big up to all those in YouTube land. Welcome to Blues Brothers episode 66, titled "What Next?" Because I think we'll start. We want to start. I don't know. JK's itching to talk about this. The Champions League. All the teams were sent out. Liverpool, I think, on the way home soon. Arsenal, unless they blow it at home, which they normally do, to Sporting, should be on probably the only English team to make it into the semi-finals, unless they have a major collapse, which wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, because they've bottled just about everything else. Yeah, man. What's you boys' thoughts on the Champions League? JK, big up. How are you?
Yeah, we're good over here. I hope everyone's doing well. You Wolfie, you JPT man. This talks
Yeah,
on
I'm alright, man.
football, I guess. This talks on football.
Well, I'm not
We
being
got
funny. Was the most satisfying Champions League result I had was probably Barcelona, to be honest,
well
because
watching Barca.
Atletico, bro, they did a proper job on Barcelona. That was fun
Yeah,
to
of
watch.
course. Now, but did you see Real Madrid and Bayern Munich was the game for me, in my opinion. So entertaining.
Oh, bro, do you see how many chances Bayern wasted as well?
Man, I can't lie. Real Madrid should have got battered. In my opinion, that game was. But obviously they picked it up at the end. They were trying to get a goal back, but then at the same time, it's just bits of quality from all over the pitch, man. It was crazy, man. Jesus,
So that was my phone right next to it. My bad. I forgot to put it on silent. Yeah, that was
talk about a robot.
actually JPT. Actually, strangely enough.
Damn.
About away from the Wi-Fi after full strength. B&B is hosting some ping pong practice as a game event. The game room is something from the movies: ping pong tables, air hockeys, billiards, games, etc.
Damn.
Okay, brother. Chip in. So what about Bayern? Was the fact that impressed you so much? Then who
Yeah,
impressed you for Bayern?
I think that mostly Michael Elise. Elise for me. I think Harry Kane. He showed why he's what I think he's one of the best strikers in the world. If
Oh,
not,
there he is.
could be one. Yeah, there we are. Big up JPT. You right? Yeah, I can hear music. I can hear
he's
music.
he's
Listen,
trying. He's
I hear it.
trying. He's trying.
Yeah, I hear it. Listen, we've all been to these parties before, and you know you got a show. It's mad, but man, it is what it is. But I would mean not to big up the chat. Big up the chat as well. Yeah. So about the buying game, a lot of what kind of impressed me was I would say the individual quality from each player, especially the buying team. I feel like Real Madrid they played alright as well. I just think they didn't do enough. But at the same time, I think Bayern wasted so much chances. Like, if you look at the way, and Vincent Company's really making a mark. Like, he's really stamping himself in Europe. You know, and people are really trying to see what he's trying to do. I remember, and I know he did it in this first season, but at the same time, he's one of those rookie managers. And Wolfie, he comes back to the topic we spoke about. I think when Maresca was in charge, the reason why
Mm.
Maresca's not suited here is because Maresca needs a team. He needs a team full of he needs a team full of players that are experienced and class. And I've done it before. And this is
He's
why I
like
said
Pep in that regard. As long as he's
exactly
got really, really, really good players, he can make his style work.
they need quality players. Simple. And
Mm.
that's what makes their styles work. And this is why I said Maresca is not a bad coach and he's got the potential to be the best in the world. The only thing is this put him into a team that's ready made. Like let's
Mm.
say like a Real Madrid or let's say a Barcelona, his tactics can work. Real Madrid, I don't really know because I think if you look at it, you saw them now with the way they've been playing, especially they're in bad form. You know they even drew today. They drew 1-1 to Girona. I don't know if you see. I didn't see the game, but I've just seen. I looked at the scores. But if you look at Real Madrid at the moment, you can see a lot of those players just relied off of individual brilliance. Even the commentary was saying it. They're getting used to a style where it's just system based, where a lot of these players were just playing off of individualism, and that's the thing. I think under Angelotti, they would do that a lot. And I would say, I don't know what's happened to Ancelotti as well, to be honest, because even if I've been watching Brazil, I'm like, the tactics are not really, he's still relying off of individual brilliance. But
Well,
although that
Brazil's
can be
squad
right,
isn't that good, to be fair.
the
You
Brazil
said
squad
about
isn't
what
that
a
good.
good team.
But I
I
feel
think.
like, yeah,
Mm.
the Brazil squad at the moment isn't that good. To be fair, I have been liking the international break, to be honest. I don't know about you, but I've been watching a lot of these games on these friendlies, prepping for the World Cup and all. But then it taught me a lot about a lot of countries, to be honest. Especially France. France, I think they got a chance at winning this World Cup, if I'm gonna be
Well,
honest.
actually,
But
I like France's midfield. I think France have got a good midfield
yeah,
because,
and attack.
and I swear Kante's still in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, Kante played. He played the friendlies. He played against Brazil. He also smashed up Colombia. I don't know who's Colombian in this chat, but yeah, but yeah. But then if you look at say Belgium as well, they have some games against Mexico, and yeah. But going off of topic, but yeah, the UCL games are really really good. But this Real Madrid team, I think they're just trying to get used to playing in the system and and proper tactical instruction. Just look at the way Vinny played. Like I don't know if you realized, but Real Madrid were just booing him. The Real Madrid fans were just booing him. Like
Mm-hmm.
whenever he had the ball, and yeah, it was very very toxic. But at the same
The
time,
Real
that
Madrid
game was
fans
the.
expect, bro. It's like white hankies come out, you're done.
That's what I'm
So
trying
you
to
gotta
say,
be careful.
fam. Yeah, it's long, man. But yeah, at the same time, that was the game for me. And then you got the PSG Liverpool game, man. Did you see that typhoon that they did? The Hulk, the Incredible Hulk typhoon, the PSG did.
What for Liverpool?
Yeah, no way you didn't
Oh,
see that. That's everywhere.
no, I didn't see that one.
Damn.
That one must have somehow missed me by.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. But yeah, well, if you want to discuss anything, let me just find it.
All right, no worries. Because
Okay.
I'm not being funny. One thing I have to say is going on to what you said about Bayern Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that was going to be Bayern's tie because Madrid obviously they've got a lot of players that have left them recently over the last couple of seasons. Really, really, really important players. I know a lot of them. People will think they've got their Benzema replacement in Mbappe, who, to be honest, maybe should have scored another goal
Yeah,
against Bayern when he done that when he cut inside and he shot. But this, bro, that Real Madrid team's old, man. I'm actually surprised they beat City as comfortably as they did, to be
yeah, I
honest, because
agree.
I didn't really think they had that in them.
Yeah,
But with
I
like, sorry,
yeah, go on.
I was gonna say that, but when they meet a team that can pound for pound square up to them, like Bayern can, it's a no brainer. Because I'm not being funny. You think about that Real Madrid first team, and you think about that Bayern 11, and you got to think of it as well. Yeah, with that Bayern 11 they played, they were missing two of their starters, bro. Musiala
Yeah,
and Davis came on in the second half as subs. Can you
yeah,
imagine what? Can you imagine what a fully fit Alphonso Davis would have been doing on that left hand side?
yeah. But that's the thing. Like Alfonso Davis doesn't really start for Bayern because of his injuries, so I wouldn't really class him as a star. But
What
Musiala,
about
he
Musiala?
came on. Yeah, Musiala is a starter. He's really really good, but it's gonna take him time to be honest to like get back to his full speed. He had that bad injury at the Club World Cup, so it all makes sense in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had what's it? What were the centre backs? The centre backs, Super Meccano and Tar. Yeah, they're really good as well.
They still
But
got. I
yeah,
mean, they still got Kim over there as well.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, wait, yeah, they do. He just doesn't start.
It just doesn't start. Ain't it
Yeah,
nice to have fucking proper options?
yeah, man. Can you
Oh yeah,
imagine?
hang on, I've seen it. Yeah, hang on, I saw it. Oh yeah,
You see
yeah,
that?
yeah, I see that. Yeah,
It's
with the
crazy.
white and red. Yeah, the black and red. Sorry, the blue and red even. And they're ripping up
Yeah.
Liverpool and they're ripping up the badge.
And you know the funniest thing that that typhoon kind of replicated what happened on the pitch because Liverpool got ripped apart as well. If I'm gonna be honest,
Oh come on, bro.
it
We
doesn't
all,
reflect the score.
bro. When that tie was drawn and it was we all knew it was over for Liverpool, man. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if PSG go off and win the Champions League again. To be honest,
Yeah, same. I think those are my two. If I'm gonna be honest, those are my favorites. But remember, they got to play each other. Bayern. So if they both go through, they're gonna play each
mm,
other in the semis. So I think it's between that side. Whoever wins that semis wins the final. In my opinion,
mm.
I don't think anyone from the other side will. If I'm gonna be honest with you. So yeah,
All right. Well, put it this way.
that's
Who
just
do we actually think has got? Because obviously PSG, Bayern, you can never fully count Madrid out. So who else has got a really good shot of winning it this year? You could push Arsenal into that category, but they've just played really shit football.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can put Arsenal there. You can put Arsenal. You can put Arsenal there, but I don't. Uh, but then the thing is, the experience and heritage comes into play. This is the issue.
mm,
So and sometimes heritage can also win you these things. Look at Chelsea against Man City. City had no heritage in the UCL. This was their first. This was like their first final. If I'm gonna be honest, Man City, and they lost it. And it was clear it was just heritage. That's all it was. Sometimes it is, but yeah. But in our case, it was heritage. Heritage kind of went in our favor, and we won it. So
what you mean? What you in 2021? You're talking about?
yeah, of course. Which other final do we play City and win?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
of
not. It's
course.
just we knew how to defend. That was all it was. And you had
Yeah,
a
of
lot of
course.
experienced defenders in it. You had Rudiger. You had obviously Cesar Azpilicueta. You had Christensen. It's the exact opposite of what we had now, actually. When you've
Well,
got these
obviously,
like, because don't forget, that's when Christensen was like 24, 25. Rudiger was like
yeah,
29, 30. Cesar was like 31, 32. Silva as well, Thiago. You know what I mean? Like, if we had that back four now, we might be looking at a different Chelsea, to be fair. You
agreed,
know what I mean? I still think we
100%.
got rid of Cesar too quickly, man.
Agreed. There's so many players from that season where we finished 12th. We should have at least held on to, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Because
JPT, what you're thinking is when he pulled his hamstring in the first half and Christensen came on for him. That's what you're thinking about. You're
yeah,
thinking about when Silva got injured in the final at the beginning, halfway through the first half. That's what
yeah.
you're thinking. And
To be
Christensen came on.
honest, what I can say about the Rudiger thing, I think what it was, he wanted to stay. He just the contract we couldn't renew it in time, and it was a bit too late. And remember, it was during sanctioning, so we couldn't really sign contracts or anything. So that ship sold.
Nah,
And then
nah, that was Abramovich's fault. You don't leave it until any key asset like a
oh
Kante
yeah,
or
of
a
course,
Rudiger.
no, who's
You
blaming the
don't
owners?
leave it until the last year of their contract, bro. Yeah, it was just.
No one's blaming the owners. I don't think anyone's. That's not Blue Coat's fault. They're
I
not
will
being
blame. I'll
blamed.
blame the owners, man. That was fully on Roman.
Yeah,
Right,
it
like
is on
Silva
Roman.
and Kante both were. Sorry, not Silva. Sorry, Rudiger and Kante. Didn't they both walk away for nothing?
No, because Kante played the season where where we finished 12th. He just was injured a lot. A lot of the
Mm.
players that were there that under Tuchel were playing that season. The only issue is like we didn't really have a proper manager. I mean, Tuchel got sacked, but then if you look at it, it's not. It's Tuchel at least should have stayed a bit. If I'm gonna be honest, but then if you look at it, they didn't really upgrade Tuchel, and we went back to Potter, and then Potter got us 12th. And the thing is, I don't want to hear no sympathy for Potter. That squad there was not good enough for 12th. I don't care. He should at least
Right, I
be
ain't got
top
no
four with
sympathy
that
for
team.
Potter or Lampard or Enzo. I do have for Tuchel though.
For who?
Because given time, I think Tuchel could have done more.
Exactly. Tuchel should have at least stayed the season. But I think these stupid, as you said, these. Anyways, let's not
Yeah, you can
talk
say what
about.
you want. We'll say what you want to say, bro. That's why we're
I
here.
know. I say what I want to say, but like the thing is, it's too boring. Me just complaining about the honors, over and over again. Like, dude, sometimes you just like give up. Like, where are we gonna go? Do you get what I'm
Uh,
saying?
Rudiger ran his contract out since the Ukrainian issue. We couldn't negotiate anything. So Roman were frozen or whatever the pause is to make deals. Yeah, but when it comes down to the Kante and Rudiger thing, man, you can't let your assets like that getting into the
Yeah, but
last year of the deals,
Wolfie,
man.
it's not like Roman was never going to renew their contract. Anyways, he was.
Well, he didn't.
He just got sanctioned. Wait, yeah, but then the thing is, he got sanctioned. He couldn't. So yeah,
Well, he
he
got
couldn't.
sanctioned that same season, yeah, but typically when players get within 2 years of their deal finishing, that they look to sign them on new deals. Typically,
Yeah,
so
yeah, of
like
course.
when you let your best midfielder and your best defender leave on freeze, though, that's still poor ownership because that's down to administration, not management.
Do you know
So
what else is poor ownership?
hmm?
Do you know what else is poor ownership? Human trafficking. There we are.
Well, Well, I'm not being funny. That's kind of what we did under Abramovich as well, to be fair.
No, we
Hence the
didn't.
reason why we got the finals
The
and all the
project was not the
agents and
same.
all that kind
The
of shit.
project, the project was not the same as this. Let's not do this. Roma did not believe in this nonsense of you get kids in this nonsense and you sell them
Well,
off.
the thing is, they
That
can't
that
do
is
what Roman did. Even if they wanted to, they couldn't.
yeah,
The
they
rules
could. Doesn't
prevent
mean
that.
this. They could, but it doesn't mean they will. They will do it.
No, they can't, because if they start spending money hand over fist, how do they cover their losses?
But no one's. The thing is, I think you're confusing. The owner should spend money. The owner. I don't want the owners to do I don't want them to manage the finances the way Roman did. We all know what Roman did financially was wrong. And
Well,
he's
yeah,
been
that's
one
why
with it. So
that's why
yeah,
when I hear people
but then
pine for him, I don't quite have the same feelings of pining for him that everybody else does. To be fair,
this is my issue is Wolfie. My issue is this. There you even with spending and obeying the rules properly, you can still bring in quality. As I
oh
said,
yeah, I
Turkey
agree
was
on that one.
£25 million. Turkey was £25 million.
Oh, I
And you're
agree.
telling me, and people are telling me, I mean the blue coat defenders, they're telling me, oh, they can't do what Roman did. That has nothing to do with what Roman did. Are you silly? They can't do what Roman did.
What did
So
Roman do that was so special?
doing all the spending, but like at the same time, he did something special for the club. Let's not act as if he didn't. I know
No,
we're going to do the
he didn't.
hypothetical
Mourinho
thing,
started
and
it
then
all. It wasn't Roman
huh?
who started it. It was Mourinho.
It was Roman that started it all. Wolfie, let's not do this. It was Roman that
We
started it
not do
on.
what? When did we first win a trophy, JK?
We won a trophy.
Under?
Roman was the owner. Roman was the owner
Yeah.
when we won the trophy, and he was the one that appointed Mourinho. So if there's no Mourinho at
Well,
Chelsea, and there's
Mourinho
no
was a
Roman.
no-brainer at the time. He just won the Champions League. If we
Exactly.
wouldn't pop him, Man
Okay,
United might
cool.
have.
Okay, Wolfie. With that logic, you're saying Jose
Mm,
Mourinho was a no-brainer. All right, cool. Luis Enrique
mm.
is a no-brainer this summer. Would the owners go and get him?
Well, no, but the thing is, they want the.
Exactly. So
The
that's
thing
your
is, they
point.
want.
There,
The thing is, no, but
there
the
we
thing
are.
is, maybe they don't want Enrique because he leans into the Mourinho way of thinking in terms of I want to be my own squad, I want to be in control, and I want to spend money. Which, don't get me wrong, I appreciate what you're saying though about the ownership can spend money better instead of buying three youngsters for like 25 million quid each. Maybe just buy one adult for 45 million euros instead.
Wolfie,
Like, you
and
know
what
what I
did
mean?
I also
I'm not
what?
against what you're saying,
I know,
but
but the
like,
Wolfie, what did I also say last week? I said you don't even need to spend money to bring in experience. There are some free signings out there that can help this team. I'll give
like
you
who?
an example. Isco, he's going on a free next summer from Real Betis. This guy, you know how much this guy? He's a really good player. Even still at his
Isco,
age, have you
isn't he
watched him?
old though? Isn't he like 34?
It does not matter about the age. If you're good enough, you're old enough. And it applies to old players as well. He's a baller. You
Oh
need to
yeah, I
watch
agree
him.
with that.
Exactly. He still plays. Listen, he still plays like he does in 2018. You really need to watch these players.
Oh,
Go and
no,
get
he's 33.
exactly.
He's
He's
33.
33, but I was quite close. He's
No,
33.
no, no.
Look at the way he's
No.
balling
I've
out.
liked Isco since he was playing for Madrid, but the
Exactly.
thing is, it's not the kind of player we're gonna sign, is it? Because he's gonna want big money. He's gonna want stupid wages.
I mean, he's not on
There you
too
go.
much money at the
Yeah,
moment.
mostly obtaining young players that will be happy with under 100. That's exactly what it is. They don't want to break their wage structure. That's what it is. That's
Exactly.
how I knew things were going to go when we didn't sign Osherman.
Mhm.
Because
And
Osherman
and
wanted too
Wolfie,
much money.
and this is why we can't do this thing of whenever fans slander the ownership. For instance, you're saying, "Oh, Roman didn't do." Let's not
No, no, no,
compare
no, no, no,
Roman
no,
to
no,
this.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
I did not say
but
you should not slander this ownership. What I said was,
yeah,
even though Abramovich was spending the money, like when he did under Ranieri, it wasn't until Mourinho, and Mourinho did it twice, if you want proof. Because if you look at
Mourinho,
all of
what?
our Premier League winning squads, who were they built by?
They
Jose
were
Mourinho?
built by Roman.
No, they weren't. They were
They
built by
were built
Jose
by
Mourinho,
Roman.
bro. He was the one
They
that
were,
told Roman to buy Drogba. He was the one that
and he,
told him to buy
I
Ricardo Carvalho. He was the
okay,
one that asked him to get
Wolfie.
Ashley Cole.
And Wolfie, and this is where and this is where your point does not make sense. You're saying
What respect?
you're saying the manager he's told Roman to get this and get that.
Mhm.
If Mourinho, that prime Mourinho, okay, let's say Blueco was running this right now, running
Mm.
If Blueco was running that era right now. All these
Okay.
players that Mourinho wants, will they get it for him? No.
Well, there's different limitations. There isn't as many limitations, so why not?
But the answer is no, they will not. You know the ownership, they won't. That's the thing.
Well, they're not
So we
afraid
were lucky enough.
But I'm not being funny. We got
We
Shevchenko for 30 million. We spent 40 on Palmer at that time.
Wolfie,
So,
Chelsea have gone through ups and downs. I remember even in the 90s and 80s. And you know
hmm
this, you were there long enough, so I respect you for that. And I wasn't. But then the thing is this, when I think us as Chelsea fans, I'm gonna say this in the most, let's say, kind way possible. Us as
okay.
Chelsea fans I don't think we have any right. Although Roman we can be accountable, we don't have any right to be questioning Roman at all. Okay, in a sense of, oh,
What do you mean? He's the reason why we just got a £10.5 million fine, brother, and we've got
and
a
Wolfie,
suspended sentence.
and here's the reason why. No, no,
He
and let me
cooked
tell
the
you
books,
something.
bro. That's
And
the beginning end of it. He cooked the
And
books, bro.
Wolfie, let me tell you something. He's the reason why we are the club we are today. People remember us and winning Chelsea. This is the reason. And whether you like it or not, that's the facts. Although he's done although he's
JPT
done
says
nonsense
Roman didn't want Drogba. He wanted
and he got him
Shevchenko.
anyways. And he got him
Yeah, that's
anyways.
because
And he got
Mourinho told him to, bruv. And
okay, is
Ricardo
that
Carvalho and Paulo Ferreira.
okay, so you'd rather someone okay, so it's like saying what's a good analogy I can compare to this point that you're making? I okay.
What do you mean point? My point was that when you look at both squads and you look at Mourinho, what do they have in common? They have a target man up front, Diego Costa, Didier Drogba. They have an world-class attacking midfielder behind them, Fabregas slash Lampard. They had world-class wingers, Pedro and Hazard slash Damien Duff and Robin. They had a world-class midfield they had a better midfield back in the day, but Matic, Kante, and a Fabregas wasn't bad.
And
The back
Wolfie,
four was definitely better back then, though, than
Wolfie,
what
you
it
made
was
a
on
great point.
second time round.
You made an excellent point right there. So from
What's
what
that?
you've just said right now, why did we have all of these teams? Why? Just why? And why did we have this manager that we have? Why? Why? Back
What,
then?
Liam or
No, no, no,
Mascara?
no. I'm talking about the Roman era. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the Roman era. Why did we have
hmm
such a good team? Why the manager that we had, the chosen one, the best manager in the Premier League, one of the best managers we've seen
You mean the
in
special
the
one, not
Premier
the
League?
chosen one?
I mean, the special one.
Yeah,
Whenever
that's the
one
one
you
you meant.
say,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, we had the chosen one,
Who was the chosen?
Chelsea.
Wasn't that Klopp or something? I can't remember. That was someone
You
else.
know what? I call him the chosen one because he chose. Listen, because he was the special man. He was the one that kicked off Chelsea's winning legacy. Jose Mourinho.
That's what I just
Exactly. I
said.
know the manager.
He's
On the
just
manager side
repeating
of
what I
things.
said back to me now. No,
But
I'm
then the
cool.
thing is, you don't get chosen for. Listen, the thing is this: someone chooses you. You are the chosen one, but someone has to choose you and to trust you. And who is that? And that's the owner. So that just shows the ambition he had for this club. He's always had a good ambition to win,
Well,
and he doesn't
that's
matter
what
how he does
Lampard
it.
said. The difference between that's what Lampard and John Terry actually said. The difference was between
Exactly.
Mourinho and Ranieri. Ranieri was a nice guy. He was a player's manager, like obviously because he was so close with a lot of them. But ultimately, that even they said when Mourinho came in, we were gonna win. He was adamant about it, and everybody else jumped on board about it because he said, "Look, we're too good not to win," and everyone bought into that. And I'm not even being funny. I'm not even going to mention how many times actually in that season Gallas gets left out and forgotten because everyone thinks he's a traitor and he's not. So
No,
like,
Gallus is not. But people say he's a traitor, but then at the same time,
yeah, but the
that's
people
just
like
football
that are
fans for you.
idiots. They play a centre back at left back all that. I remember when I was I can't even remember. It was some idiot on Facebook, bro, Arbitrary Sports or something. And he put on who was the biggest traitor in Chelsea history? Was it William Gallas or was it Ashley Cole? And I'm thinking, hang on a minute. William Gallas was paid out of position and Ashley Cole had his contract from Arsenal withdrawn. How are they traitors? That's why,
You're
and that
not.
famous goal when Gallas cuts in off the left and shoots against Spurs, and he scores that long shot, and that's why he goes and points to Mourinho and says, "That's why you should play me in the centre," and that's why there
That's
was
why
that big
fans,
hullabaloo.
and that's football fans for you. That's the issue.
No, no,
But
no, no,
then at the
no,
same
no.
time,
That's the beautiful thing about it. They like to change facts. That's all it is. That's because it happened long ago, and most of the people that are looking at it don't remember what happened. I do. Because a lot of people forget that I remember, and this is the thing, the 15, and this is why, yeah, people, whenever people think of that conceding 15 goals, they always forget about Gallas. They always say it was John Terry and Ricardo Carvalho. Actually, if you look at Chelsea's most statistically perfect centre-back pairing, it was actually Terry and Gallas, not Terry and Carvalho, because if you actually can compare the partnerships, Gallas and Terry as a pair have conceded less. So people change facts. It's all right. Social media, as Mourinho said,
yeah. But
a lie told 1,000 times becomes the truth.
yeah, and that's, if I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of true, to be honest. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't really class too many. I don't really. I'm not this. I'm not a big. I agree with you. I'm not a big fan of calling players traitors, this, that, and the other, because I feel like
Oh,
maybe I've
bro,
just outgrown it. But at the
bro.
same, but at this, like
It's,
at the
it's like
same
when people
time,
try and
stuff are
hold
just,
Salah and Lukaku and all them like against. Why can't it be that when Salah, De Bruyne, and Kevin De Bruyne and them were at Chelsea, they just weren't that good?
yeah, exactly. That's all it is. They just weren't good. That's it. They weren't
Like,
good enough to play
what you
for us.
really think? Yeah, an up and coming, unfinished Kevin De Bruyne is going to deplace Fabregas.
Honestly, no, literally, you literally
Serious.
just hit the nail. You literally just hit the nail on the coffin. I keep telling guys, remember the old childish thing that we said. If this is what Sky Sports do too much as well. They go like, oh, Mo Salah. If imagine if Chelsea had kept these players. Football does not work like that. For Christ's sake, sometimes it's just the environment just matters, and the way they're developed it matters, which
Bro,
means
bro.
they can go off and
On
somewhere else
Sky
and
Sports,
flourish.
they say Virgil van Dijk is the most dominant Premier League captain ever in the Premier League when it comes to defending.
Yeah,
And
listen,
when you actually look at his trophy haul, it's the smallest out of everyone's.
yeah, I hear it. But then this is the stupidness that I think Sky Sports. This is what they do. They're not really logical. They always look on an emotional standpoint of every view, every single
JPT,
time.
I get what you're saying there, but Ashley Cole was part of Arsenal's unbeaten season. You don't see people talking about that. I
Who?
don't.
What do you say?
No. Yeah. Because he's talking about Gallas, and admitting Gallas as part of it acknowledges a former player of a rival. What he's trying to say is because like Gallas became the enemy, you can't acknowledge him. But realistically, Ashley Cole was the enemy when he arrived. But everyone still liked him.
Yeah,
As I said, you twist the facts. And
I
people
think.
forget that when William Gallas was pushed out to left back, and he said for over a season and a half, I don't like playing there. 2 seasons went past. I don't like playing there. If you're not going to play me there, I can even show the article on Sky Sports when he begs Mourinho to play him at centre back, and he says no because I can't rely on Del Horn. Because that's the thing. That's another thing a lot of people don't do. Roman Abramovich, when it comes to buying left backs, actually fucked up quite a lot. He bought Wayne
Yeah,
Bridge. Wayne Bridge couldn't defend. He brought Astonio De Horno, who couldn't go forward. Do you remember De
Alonso as well.
Horno wiping out Messi and getting sent off in 2006? I do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and then
I remember all these. Do you remember Carla Boularus? All these left and right backs and centre backs that was shit,
did he
bro.
even play? Did he even play games? Belarus.
Yeah, one game against Ronaldinho. He had one good game against Ronaldinho, and that was it.
Yeah,
And that was a
that's it.
fading
He didn't
Ronaldinho
play
at
too
that.
much. Did he even play too much football?
What colour had Belarus? Not really.
Yeah,
Not in the
that's what
end.
I'm trying to say. So I didn't forgot about that player.
Because, bro, you got to remember, you
Yeah,
had hundreds and hundreds of like players that Abramovich signed. Only some of them were any good. And even Drogba had to wait 3 seasons for him to mature. Because this is what I don't get. Whenever people talk about strikers at Chelsea, oh, well, there's no Drogba. What do you mean? When Drogba first came, he only banged 11 goals in his first season, and he only got like 12 or 13 in the following season. It wasn't until his third,
but
fourth
then
season he
Wolfie, you
scored
need
over 20.
what you need to understand is that Jose Mourinho wired them to play that way. He didn't allow Drogba
Yeah,
to
he
get too
made them
many
hard
goals
to
like that.
play against. That was the point. So
Exactly.
you kind of
And if I'm gonna be
forgive
honest,
them not
and
scoring
that's
a lot of
not
goals.
and that's not on the player, neither on the owner. Let's be honest. That's on the manager. That's the way you like that's the way he likes to play, whether we like it or not. If I'm gonna be honest, we've always had striker issues at Chelsea. Even at Roman
Mhm.
Abramovich, I can always put my hands up and say,
Oh,
but at the end of
oh,
the
and by
day,
the way, can I ask one question? Why do we
yeah.
forget legends at Chelsea as well? We
Why do we
wipe our
forget
feet
what?
with them. We wipe
What?
our feet with our own legends, bro.
With our own legends?
Hmm.
In what way?
Well, can I ask you a question? When was the last time you heard a Chelsea chant on Big Up Matter?
What? They pick up Mata all the time.
Well, all
He's the
right, when?
most
Because
that,
you hear about Hazard, you'll hear about Diego Costa, but you won't hear about mans like Pedro. You won't hear about mans like, I don't know, say Cesar
they talk
Aspilicueta.
about Pedro.
He's kind of got
Do you know
forgotten.
what, Wolfie? Do you know what the funniest thing? Yeah, I think they're trying to gravitate towards them now because of the squad we have at the moment, and I
Well, do you
think
think he is or
when you
isn't JPT? Sorry, JK.
and I hear where you're coming from. To be honest, I feel like they've not been talked about enough. And if I'm going to be honest with you, in that era as well, where Pedro was playing and this, that, and the other, I think if you look at Chelsea fans back then as well, we were actually really, 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 really demanding. So even if that was a league title we
Like we're
won,
not now.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing where we are right now, but we're kind of understanding where we are at the moment. So we are demanding,
How
yes,
about
but
Oscar?
then at
How
the
much
same
love does
time,
Oscar get now? Because
you know.
according to the rest of England, he was a money-hungry mercenary.
But Wolfie, this is the thing about England. It's about longevity sometimes. It's all about longevity. So a player can be really, really good, but if they've not done it for, let's say, like 6+ years, and that's where they don't get cast as legends,
Bro,
or
look at Mikel
this, that, and the
Antonio.
other.
Look how long, yeah, that guy was playing for West Ham over the last 7 or 8 years, yeah, battling it
But
out with
Wolfie,
people up front. He had longevity. He never got acknowledged.
this is where they get put into the category of streets not forget player. This is the thing. I'll give you another example. Remember Adel Tarab from Queens Park Rangers? That guy,
Hmm.
I'm telling you, that guy right now will be the best player on planet Earth, right? I'm telling you. But if you look at it, the longevity kind of killed him. Then he went to other clubs like AC Milan, I think he went to AC Milan and other clubs and so all sorts. And yeah, life just went downhill for him, and he was doing all sorts of other stuff as well. I think outside of football. So Adel Tarab, right? These are players that class in that era, but no one likes to talk about them too much. And then you got the Pedro as well. I think Pedro's underrated. I think he doesn't get talked about too much, especially he was really good at Barcelona. He was really good as well. I've always
Bro, this
liked
guy's
Pedro.
trophy cabinet is almost bigger than other Chelsea players combined. And I'm talking
Oh
about the
yeah, of
players he
course.
played with as too.
But
Like
then you need
that
to
guy's
also,
trophy
but
cabinet was ridiculous. He was in the same mold of Fabregas, bruv. That Spanish, like that was when Spain were in their prime as well. Like
oh
you're
yeah,
talking
Spain,
prime
La Liga
Spain.
was in their prime, yeah, at the time as well. They
Fabregas,
were really good.
Mata, Pedro, Cesar Aspilicueta, and he was, to be honest, and Cesar Aspilicueta, he was arguably a better defender than John Terry, and still doesn't get acknowledged. Not on the same light. He was a Champions League winning captain, but everyone always talks about Terry. No one talks about Cesar.
But then if you look at it, and this is the thing, Wolfie, it
Oh yeah,
comes to
and Terry
longevity.
was suspended and a lot of people forget that as well. He was suspended in the Champions League final. He was supposed to play in because he was a
But then, but,
prick and kicked Alexa Sanchez in the middle of the
but
Camp
then
Nou.
Wolfie,
We all saw
and
it.
this is where it comes to my point, is the longevity side of things. I'm not saying Aspilicueta has not had longevity. Cahill was really good as well. And if I'm going to be honest,
Yeah, it's when he
but
got
the thing
injury
is,
prone
Wolfie,
with his
people
hammy.
do, people, people do
Schürrle,
talk
yeah,
about these
another baller.
players.
Willian.
I don't know what Chelsea fans. I
Duff.
don't know what Chelsea fans you're with. Well, I think they talk about these players enough. I don't know. Like
No.
it's not.
I'm not saying they should. I think there's one or two that should be spoken about more, bro.
Oh
Like,
yeah, of
I
course, I
really do.
agree. But
Like
then the
Ida
thing
Good
is
Johnson,
this.
right? That's a Chelsea player no one talks about nowadays. Ida
Who?
Good
Say that
Johnson.
again.
Ida Good
Adagur
Johnson.
Johnson. Adagur Johnson.
Good player.
Oh,
Could play as a striker. Could play as an attacking midfielder. Scored important goals. Helped us win at least 2 league titles. Who talks about him?
Remind me who that is again. Don't call me plastic. Remind me who that is again.
See? I had a
Seriously.
good job. This guy doesn't even know who I'm talking about.
No, but
No.
seriously. Like,
Idaho
seriously.
Johnson. Right. Idaho Johnson. Hang on. I'll tell you what. You
Because
just sent me
if I
something
see his face, I
on
might
Insta.
know him.
I'll send you something on Insta. 1 minute. You don't remember who Idaho Johnson is?
Spell his name.
Ida, Eidur, Good Johnson. Balak. That's another one. Thank you. Balak.
Ida Good Johnson.
That's another guy that doesn't get as big up. Big up Tony as well.
Ida Good Johnson.
Brother, you don't know who Ida is? Come on, man.
Spell it.
Ida Good Johnson, bro. Ida, Eidur, then space Good Johnson, Gudjohnsen. And we got him for Bolton for 7 million. Bad boy player, bro. Ida Good Johnson scored against Barcelona. In that when we beat them 4-1.
Oh, yeah, of course I know him. I just didn't know his name too much. What?
Bro, do you see what I mean? See what I mean, bro? Ballers just get brushed to one side. Damien Duff as well, if you want another blonde head fucking.
I know Damien Duff, he's a baller.
Bro, bad man footballer. Won the league at Black, but bro, man won 3 Premier League titles. He's got more titles than Mo Salah, but no one talks about. And he won the Premier League before he came to us. And no one speaks about him, bro. Irishman as well. Big up, Damien.
Yeah.
I'll never forget he scored that goal against Barcelona as well. He just made Valdez look simple. Just put the ball through his legs. Balak, aka the West London Matt Damon. Why was he anything like Matt Damon? I don't. Balak won, bro. That season, that 2010 season, Balak, Essien, Lampard, Anelka, Drogba, the fading of was Carvalho gone by then, or he was just about to? Alex as well, another good player, reliable defender. Who remembers Alex?
Yeah, I know Alex.
Brazilian.
Yeah,
remember
of course
him?
I know Alex. Yeah.
Another bad man. Crespo. Oh my days, that's another bad man. Hernan Crespo, the marksman supreme. Bruv, go watch the way that guy used to finish. Premier League players now only dreamed of finishing like this guy. And the one thing I liked about Crespo, it didn't matter if it was left foot, right foot, or his head. He'll just score, bruv.
But Crespo,
what about his goal against Wigan or his goals against Liverpool? Bruv, I felt so sorry for that guy in the Champions League final against Liverpool, the first one. Man's like, I've almost banged the hat trick and my team was just blown it. They just like fluffed in 3 goals, bro. Unbelievably good player, man.
You know,
you've never heard someone else mention Balak low key like looks like Matt Damon. If you're talking about the hair, are you talking about the Bayern, like the Bayer Leverkusen Balak hair when it looks like he's got curtains? Because he had shorter hair by that point when he come to us. It was more curly. That was the reason for my comment. Yeah, I get it, man. Leverkusen, yeah, I understand. Leverkusen Balak, bro. Yeah, he had that kind of like, he had the classic 90s hair, bro. He was all like that and shit. Yeah, don't. It's like my hair when my hair gets loose.
But people kind of debated. Yeah, Scholler was good. Scholler the German.
Scholler was that's another guy we could play left, right, or centre. Like he was like Oscar with versatility, bro. But this guy just on the Mourinho.
But this is my point. This is the whole point I'm trying to make. Is that all of these players, because they didn't have longevity, they're not going to. People aren't going to talk about them. Oh, this time, remember this. I mean, they will remember, but they'll be cussed.
The difference between me and them, JK. I saw it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we all saw it. That's the thing. Even some people.
I don't think you man saw what I saw live back in the day somehow.
Yeah,
not all of it. I know.
Well done.
If your memory started the Abramovich era, I'm already like a decade ahead of you. Like, I remember watching Real Madrid and Chelsea, bro. Like, well, on highlights anyway, because you couldn't watch it back then because it wasn't as easy to watch back then as it is now.
Lucky
97 with the Super Cup. No, it was 98. Pardon?
Lucky you, Wolfie. You were born in the 70s. I'm not. Sorry.
I was born in the 80s, bro. 86.
In the 86, yeah. Yeah. I was just really. Yes. Sorry.
There you go. No, Wolfie got us there. I didn't start watching football until when I started playing. Oh, I see. There you go. And that's the thing, bro. I remember Chelsea before Abramovich. Like that's why I always say 1905, not 2005. And every
Yeah.
time, this is why I don't pine for Abramovich like everybody else does, because I'm not being funny. Like, don't know. I love Abramovich. I love what he transformed the club from into a world top team. Like he put us in the top 10 of football clubs in the planet. I don't deny that. But where the football came from was not Abramovich. That came from Mourinho. That came from Ancelotti. That came from Tuchel. I remember even Di Matteo, because that was the thing about that squad, like with Terry and them lot. You didn't need a world-class manager with them lot because they could manage themselves. Look what happened with Di Matteo, bruv. Man was in charge of the club for 6 months and won 2 trophies.
Yeah, but then Wolfie, you can say that all you like, but the issue is this: Roman built it. Without those players that can do it by
And the
themselves
managers.
and the managers, like if there's no Roman, those players don't happen. Those managers don't happen. Just saying at Chelsea.
Well, maybe
Just
not. I think Chelsea would have been bought by somebody. I think Chelsea,
no, I
because if
don't
you
think
actually
so.
go back to
I
that,
don't think
because
so.
don't forget, Ken Bates got
We were
Chelsea
lucky.
for £1, bro. Do you remember that?
He got Chelsea for £1. Yeah, he did. But how many trophies did he win?
What, Ken Bates?
Yeah,
Well,
he
even in
won
the
the
build
FA
up to
Cup.
Abramovich, 5.
He won 5 exactly, and that was in the
2
10-year
FA
span.
Cups, Cup Winners' Cup, Super Cup. And what was the other one? It wasn't the
Intercities.
Community Shield, was it? But we beat Real
Intercities.
Madrid though in the Super Cup final. That was fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And that was Raul and Casillas and Morientes and Ivan Helguera and all them lot. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys might remember these lot.
Of
Oh
course, I
come on,
know
you must
Raul.
remember Morientes. He played for Liverpool, man.
I know Morientes as well. Yes,
When he
from
had long
Liverpool.
hair though. When he had the hair back
Yeah.
here. That was, it's not even about the money. Roman wanted to win. Yeah, I understand that, JPT. And this is why the guy was smart, because he found the manager with the same mentality as it was him. Like as Mourinho once said, the urgent ambition to immediately begin winning titles, I believe is what he said, or trophies. And that was the thing. Mourinho
Yeah.
wanted to win continuously. And this is why Arsenal are not winners. They're looking to win. They're not winners, bro. Because I heard someone an Arsenal fan say to me recently that it doesn't matter about the FA Cup, it doesn't matter about the League Cup, and it doesn't matter about the Champions League as long as we get the league over the line. And I'm like, you're not winners, man. You're looking
Yeah,
to
of course
win.
they're not winners.
They're not winners, bruv. Arsenal fans are not winners because
They're
this is
not
the thing, right? When you look at because I've heard them say, what was the other thing this Arsenal fan said to me? Is like, oh, we've already won the FA Cup, so we don't need to
Yeah,
win it again.
we've
I'm like,
already won it
what?
enough. Yeah, that's the thing.
No.
It
What
don't
do you
make
mean won
sense.
it enough? How can you win enough?
There's no such thing as winning enough. You strive
Right.
to
So
win the
we got
most.
5 Premier Leagues, right? To some people, that's more than they'll ever get to see in their lifetime. Isn't that enough?
Yeah, it's not enough. You have to
Exactly.
strive to
It's
win more.
never enough, bro. It's never, ever,
But then,
ever,
what
ever
I can
enough.
say, Roman did get
Raul, yeah, he
he got
was. Raul Gonzalez, bro.
Mourinho did get sacked twice. So I'm not
Yeah, because in his second
I'm not
stint, we finished fucking 11th, bro, because of him.
10th,
Oh, Hazard
and that's
scored 1
Mourinho's fault.
goal. Yeah, Hazard
Yeah,
scored 1 goal, bro.
and Wolfie is us finishing 10th Mourinho's fault.
I would say it is as well. Because
Yeah, you
he's
not think
manager. The buck stops with him.
no, but then
Okay.
you can also criticize Roman for not investing enough
He did
in
invest.
the squad.
He bought people like Hazard. He bought Oscar. He bought, you know
No,
what I
but that
mean?
was in the
He still
season
won
when
the
we
Premier
finished
League
10th.
this season. Because don't forget,
No, but
he won the Premier League, and then we went from 1st to 10th. And then because of Conte, we went back to 1st. Using
Wolfie,
exactly the same players.
we didn't buy Hazard that season. We bought Hazard in
But we
2013,
bought Hazard the
2012.
season after we won the Champions League the first time. He was there, bro.
Exactly. And we finished 10th on the 14-15 season. So which means he's won the league title with us. But then he won the
3
Premier League
times.
title with us. Yeah, 3 times. And and if I'm gonna be honest, like that, I think that season I'll blame Roman because we didn't invest heavy on you really think we didn't strengthen? And if I'm gonna be honest, even towards the end of let's say that season where we won the league, you can see a dip in the performances. There was a dip. There was a big dip in our performances. Going like I don't know. we were just going down, 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 and we almost
Mm.
bottled the league. That, if I'm gonna be honest, but yeah,
You know what? Yeah, I wouldn't even say sacking Mourinho was the greatest fuck up he ever did. You know who the greatest fuck up he ever sacked was out of all the managers? Ancelotti.
Ancelotti. That's Ancelotti.
And
I've
you
always
know
said it.
why?
I've always said
And
it.
and
I've
you know
always said
why?
it.
Because when the second season he had, his father died, so he left it,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
for a month
his
to
father
go and
passed
sort it
away.
all out. They sacked Ray Wilkins when he was gone, who was his number two, and when he came back, everything at the club had changed, and he was
Yeah,
just like, "What?
it didn't make sense.
What's going on?" Like,
I can't lie. I've always listen. I've never wanted Ancelotti sacked. When he got sacked, I got really upset because I was like,
bro, it
considering
was the
everything he's
manner
gone
of it.
through.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
was. Yeah, it
That's the
was
thing.
the manner of it,
Wolfie,
bro.
imagine you've gone through what you've gone through, and then you're the first manager to get sacked on the in, how should I say, the tunnel. I think this was after the game. He gets sacked in the tunnel after, I think we lost to Everton at Goodson
JPT,
Park.
JPT. If you
Yeah.
actually track it, if you actually track over Europe and if you look at the clubs, you can actually see where Ancelotti will go after Mourinho and they continuously win. And I made this point earlier. Jose starts it, Ancelotti carries it on. If you look at the remnants of the 2010 team from Mourinho's team, the Drobbers, Terrys, all them lot still there. Ashley Cole, all there. They all win. Second season, he should have had more time, man. Like he went through so much mad personal drama, and he went to Italy to deal with it. And but if you look at
Yeah, that was so
Madrid,
sad.
and if you look at Madrid, though, the same thing happened. Mourinho went there, won the league. Ancelotti came down, and he won like how many Champions Leagues? And he came back and won it again because Madrid sacked Ancelotti. Man came back and reproduced the magic, bruv. Man won the Champions League again. But you can kind of half forgive it because in the league, Real Madrid were poor though.
Yeah, they were. They were.
Because Barcelona was slapping them up left and right. Other than Mourinho's season, when he beat all the teams, like, and he got their records and all that kind of thing, like, because that's the one thing Real Madrid fans will never admit. They've been shit in La Liga over the 2010s. Barcelona are whapping the floor with them. They'll never admit that because they got the Champions Leagues to cover it up.
Yeah, because they've been good in Europe. That's why the European Cups just must get over. But then
Well,
they're
the
at a
thing is,
point now.
that's why Ramos is such a great defender because if you have 37 games, he's going to get sent off. He's going to cause issues and he's going to cause problems. But if you have 2 games, he can look really, really, really good. Same with Gerard Piqué. Piqué was a fucking fraud. It was just the fact of the midfield in front of him kept the ball away from him.
I
Simple.
wouldn't
Like
call him a
Xavi and
fraud.
Iniesta
I
used to
wouldn't
keep
call
the
him a
ball, so he
fraud
looked good.
completely. No, I wouldn't
Pardon?
call PK a fraud completely. I wouldn't call him a fraud. They
I
really,
would.
the
As
thing
soon as
is,
Julio
a
went,
lot
that
of
defense
uh,
evaporated.
no, but then PK will come on, Wolfie. PK was young,
He's gonna
man.
call me
Next to
Simon there. Like he
Payo,
was appealing to my better nature. He was gonna call me Sam.
PK was young. But PK was young at the time, learning from Payo. Like, that's quite harsh.
No,
Do you
what he
not
like in
think
what, the MSN season? No, he wasn't.
next to Payo when he was playing
No,
with
I no,
Payo?
no, but no, by the time MSN, bro, with Messi, Suarez, and Neymar, nah, man, Pulisic gone, bro, and
Yeah,
that's
obviously,
when
yeah, okay.
Barcelona declined.
No, but then the thing is this. I don't think PK is a bad player. I understand where you're coming from. I feel like the midfield really did good. That I think he made. I think it really did make that centre back
Bro,
pairing
they
at
made 2
Barcelona work.
players
But
look
at the
better.
same
They
time,
made Biscuits look better than he was, and they made PK look better. Oh yeah, and Danny Alves as well. Because Danny Alves, I will say this, yeah, he
oh yeah,
can't
Danny
defend
Alves, I
shit.
agree.
But that
Danny
guy
Alves, I
with the
agree.
ball at his feet running, bro, he's like Diaz at Bayern, bro. He's just the last person in the world you want running at you because
But
he's just
and
snarly, he's mean, and he's quick.
my issue is this. If I'm gonna be honest, Barcelona teams have always been driven to make sure every player is good on the ball. So PK was actually quite good on the ball. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, he
Although
was. He
the
could bring the
the
ball out at the
defensive
back.
aspect of his side was okay, decent, not perfect. I do think he's overrated. So I agree with you. I agree with you on that, but I don't think he's a
Thank you.
complete fraud. He has his strengths. He was really good on the ball. So was Busquets. Have you seen him? He was really good on the ball. A lot. Sometimes you can't really delve deep into. Oh, he should be good at defending. He should be top. Sometimes each player has their own strengths, and if that strength is just helping them, then You
No,
can't be
I
talking
think
them.
you're right. I think with the fact of that PK, he used to bring the ball out of the back a lot, and he used to pass to Biscuits, who used to
That's
because
how
Biscuits,
Barcelona teams always played. That's just
yeah,
how
because it was
they
always
are.
feed the ball to Xavi or Iniesta, basically.
Yep, and
Because
play ball to feet. With these
and the
centre
thing
backs,
is,
they always play
because
from this.
Messi never made Barcelona tick. He was the one taking the credit because he was scoring the goals, but he was never the one that made. That's where when Xavi left, Barcelona were different. They were shit, even with Messi there, and he had to completely adjust his game. That's why he
Yeah,
got
of
deeper and
course.
deeper and deeper.
Yeah, I like Xavi. Xavi's like one of my favorite midfielders of all time as well.
Bro, like, you know how
And
you can tell he's Xavi's a G? What he said to David Villa the day David Villa turned up. He went, David Villa went to Xavi, he went, oh, are you going to play the ball forward to me when I make runs? He went, just run forward. The ball will be there.
yeah, I remember. You
Mustard,
see what
bro.
I'm saying?
Mustard. Absolute mustard. All you need to do is make the run. The ball will be there.
But that's
Bang.
the same.
That's how you
But
know
that was.
seriously.
But that's the same for Busquets as well. Busquets was really good when it comes to, let's say, deep line playmaking and everything, in my
Oh, yeah, he
opinion.
can keep
So
possession.
yeah,
Yeah, that was
and
the
I think
point.
there was
They were
another
good at
quote.
keeping the ball. That's the point about all those guys. They were excellent at keeping the ball, particularly Xavi, Iniesta. Biscuits was good because he used to find a simple pass.
Biscuits.
No, that's my nickname for him.
Biscuits. Oh
Biscuits.
God,
No,
that's
but like you were
hilarious.
right though. What you were saying because what the thing what was so good about him is he would reliable give the ball to Xavi or Iniesta. That's the thing because it was the three
Oh
of
yeah, of
them
course.
that they had the understanding where because that's the thing. PK we'd never say was the main man in that team because obviously he wasn't, and neither Biscuits. Yeah, it was always going to be Xavi, Iniesta, or Messi. Messi because he had the goal tallies, and Iniesta and Xavi because they recycle possessions so well, bro. Because the thing that made Iniesta and Xavi so brilliant was the decision making, and
Yeah,
Biscuits to a degree. And that's why when he went to Man United, he wasn't the same player, bro. He just didn't even look close.
yeah.
None of
Agree.
that's why half of these Spanish players, when they come to English teams, bro, because English teams don't play ball, bro. They try and outwork you. That's what they try and do, and
That's
that's
all
why
it
in the
is.
Champions League they just look completely shit this season. It's just
Yeah,
the levels of quality and when they try and actually get the ball at their feet. Because that's the
and
thing,
also
like.
I'll
Hmm?
give you an example of that. Look if you look at the Madrid game that they played against Bayern Munich. It wasn't really when they won the ball, they weren't bad. The issue was off the ball.
Oh,
They
off the
don't like
ball.
to
Oh my, yeah,
press.
they were awful, bro. They were
The
awful.
way you'd easily beat that, the way you easily go through the lines of this Madrid team, and even today it was the same thing. They don't
Bro.
like pressing. They don't like the pressing from the front is non-existent. This is
Bro,
why they're
bro,
so
look
bad in
at
the
Harry
Champions League.
Kane's goal when he scores against. He's in the middle of the pitch, on the edge of the D, and he
He's so
just
deep.
places his shot, bro, and no one's trying to stop it.
Exactly.
No one.
And I remember
Everyone
the
just.
commentary. The commentary were cussing Vinicius Junior and Mbappe. That's the way they've been told to play. That's how they play in Spain. It's not about off the ball. It's about what they do on the ball all the time. Hence why a lot of the Spanish culture has come from this possession base. That's our way of defending possession. We
Yeah,
keep the
that's how
ball.
they do it. That's the Spanish
Exactly.
way.
That's how they do it in
Technical
Spain.
football. Technical
That's it.
football, bro. That's why they
Technical
won
football.
3 international like competitions in a row because that's their style, and they had the players to implement it. And we go back to Xavi and Iniesta again, and Biscuits
Yeah.
at times, other players as well, Fabregas as well. You know what I mean? Like they had those midfields where they could constantly recycle the ball, and if
The
one guy
biscuits.
didn't get it right, so bro, what a choice! You're an international manager and you can play Xavi, Iniesta, or Fabregas. Come on, bro. What a selection! You can play Xavi,
Yeah.
Iniesta, or Fabregas.
Yeah, but you need a deep line
Bro,
playmaker
that's
there.
a dilemma and a half, bro.
But
Like,
if I'm gonna be honest, the same Barcelona midfield will always be starting for Spain. Back then,
bro, but look at the
it was
strikers they had
either
as well. You got a prime Villa and Fernando Torres as well.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Like, oh, bro, I'm telling you, that Spain squad. Forget the first team. That Spain squad.
The Spain
Just
squad was good back then.
it was
If I'm
just
gonna
the
be honest,
international version of Real Madrid, bro. You had Torres, Villa, Morientes, Raul, like bloody, and that was just
yeah,
the forwards. Like if you look like between 2007 up to about 2011, 12, like that was just the forwards, bro. Like What you got?
Literally.
Iniesta, Xavi, Biscuits. Who else was good? Xavi Alonso, Luis Garcia. All these guys. You had obviously Joaquim, the wingers, the
Yeah.
Vicentes. When you've moved further on, you've got the David Silvers.
Joaquin, no one talks about Joaquin enough.
Bro,
He's a
Joaquim
baller.
was a baller,
This
bro.
guy's a
Also
baller.
got Betis as well. He carried on playing to like God knows how long
Joaquin
as
was a
well.
baller.
Joaquim. He was a
I'm,
bad
I'm,
man player,
I'm
Joaquim,
so happy
bro.
that you mentioned his name. No one talks about him
Bro,
enough. He's a
Joaquim was
baller.
a bad man, bro. All those old school Valencia players. Raul Albiol. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah, of course.
That's
Rabiot,
another Madrid
bro.
player people don't talk about. That guy kind of
Man.
got shifted off into it. Like all the Valencia players get made dirt of, brother, in Spain, bro. Like, eventually, they all get shoved to one side.
Wait, Raul Albiol, he didn't play for Valencia, did he?
Of course, he did,
He did. Wait,
bro. Man City, Barcelona. Who do you think Jordi Alba come from? For Barcelona,
no,
he was the Valencia training academy
he was a
product, bro.
Valencia. Yeah, of course he was a Valencia.
Bro, do you know
And
how
then
many
Daniel
players, that
Iniesta was
Valencia
there.
team gave to all the big teams? And I'm talking about even Areola for Liverpool. Like, bro, Valencia used to produce banging teams before they got cash strapped, bro. When football wasn't ridiculously based on TV rats and all that. Big up Ryan
Oh, yeah, of
G.
course.
Big up, brother. How you doing, man? Long time. Hope you're doing good. Oh yeah. Speaking of Ryan G, and as well, and because we're going to move on to the City game as well, right?
Yeah.
What do you think the objective should be this? Because we're going to play them at home. So should we make sure we don't lose? Or is it one of the ones we should be going for a win?
I mean, we should go for a win, but at the same time, I don't know if we're gonna do it. So,
Well, we normally play all right against City at home. Unless there's a bullshit penalty in that. Other than the football,
you know the thing is with you know the thing is with that you know the thing with Good Johnson is that I never knew how to pronounce his name. He's from Iceland, isn't he? Yeah, that's the thing. And that's the thing. So when so if someone just tells me Johnson, then I would know. If you're saying it'll do something, or his first name is like it's hard for me to pronounce. Of course, I know him.
She's pissed off.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Ryan G. Like he was just saying about how pissed. Because one thing I will say, I have to say, I think about West Ham tonight, and we can go. Spurs are in the relegation zone, everybody.
Yeah, well, yeah, West Ham. Yeah,
West Ham pushed them into it today, so there was something. It was a silver lining and everything, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Because I tell you what,
Wolfie, you know, do you realize how the vibe just went down when we came to talking about this current Chelsea team?
No, there's a lot of talent. You know what? Yeah, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that. You know what? Yeah, because I don't like it, but I understand what they're trying to do. Now, I get people's frustrations because they want to see Chelsea back at the top. So do I. We've got a lot of talented players. We've had a lot of talent. Because the thing is, I remember even sitting there, I believe even you were part of this conversation when we said about the January transfer window last season. And all I said to you, bro, all we got to do is call in our loanees to get an upgrading squad. You know what I mean? Like, the way we had people like Chuameka out on loan and people like that. Like, and Uchi as well. When we were like, oh, we ain't got no DM cover. Why don't we just bring Uchi back off loan?
Wolfie, what I can say is this project has the potential to work. I've always said it.
And it's got the potential to work. It's just the team.
I don't have exactly. I feel that's just there's so many little bits and bobs that we've neglected so heavily, and because of that, we're gonna pay the price.
Well, the thing is, right? I think they're these guys are one of those boards that if they want to get rid of players, they want to get top money for them. Now, I'm not being funny, right? This is how I look at it, right? We, like you said, this is a team full of potential, right? Now, regardless of beating City or not at the weekend, and we'll go back into talking about because City is shit, right? This is not the City of old. They have good players, don't get me wrong. They've got a good goalkeeper, a couple of good players, but this is not the City of old.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
What Real Madrid did to them, considering Real Madrid normally have a battle with them, like they normally have a battle with us, but in their last game they just pinned them down and slapped them. So you could see City were not that good. And some of it was self-inflicted because, like JK mentioned earlier, when you play a system that's high risk, high reward football, like what Mascherano and Pep do, you need them to be perfect, which is
Agreed.
exactly why Enzo was not a good fit for us. Tuchel was,
Yeah,
because he was a
Tuchel
tactical
was.
manager. He will make the players work out solutions
Yeah,
themselves. Like when he used to give them, when he used to put them in like the narrow cones on the pitch, and he used
yeah,
to put them in like intelligence problems, and they had to work it out themselves. That's the kind of shit that a world class manager does, bro. He makes you think things out. He makes you
yeah.
repeat scenarios. Ryan says Pep's been weird though. Sometimes playing Simeon in the 10 and not Cherokee, they weren't looking great when Cherokee plays. They look a better side. I agree with that, but that's the thing though. With Pep, he tinkers, doesn't he? He always likes his players switching
Yeah,
position.
he has
He
it. He
tries
has it
not
on
to be
overthinking.
predictable. Right?
Yeah,
He tries to be that tinkerer. You know what I mean? Like he used to do it
he's
all
an
the time.
overthinker.
Well,
He's
don't
an
forget when he had
overthinker.
Iniesta, Pedro, Messi, and all them lot, they could all swap positions. Pedro could go to the left, Messi could go out to the right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like players that could go, say like Neymar, he could drop inside if he wanted to. He could come
yeah,
centrally if he wanted to, go to a striker.
yep.
Villa could go out
Agreed.
left. You know what I mean? Like it's not that I think he overthinks. It's just the fact of sometimes you're a victim. Sometimes you could try your best to mix it up, but people still anticipate what you're gonna do.
Mm.
Because I'm not being funny, right? Do we believe that what City have right now is a tactical problem or a quality problem? I think they've got a quality problem, personally, right? Particularly in their defense. Their defense is dead, bruv. Their
Yeah, I
defense,
think it's more of a
other
quality.
than
It's a quality issue.
Guardiola, who else in that defense is any good? Stones. This is
Kuzanov,
a guy that
Kuzanov
got
has
played
been
like
good.
Louise, bruv. They drop him in as a defensive midfielder.
Kuzanov has
He
been
ain't
good
no
for
great
them, though.
centre back.
If I'm gonna be honest, but yeah, Kuzanov has been good for them. But other than that, a lot of their defenders have kind of, yeah, they're not really that great. But I rate some of the
Even
fullbacks.
Haaland, who's supposed to be a world class striker, sometimes you look at him and you're like, um,
But then the thing is, Wolfie, this is why you have to look at our squad. I'm like, the thing is this. I'm worried about our defense. It's not really much of our attack, but if you give these guys chances, they will take them. If I'm gonna be
mhm.
honest, so and that's my issue. We've got a vulnerable defense as well, as much
But the
as we're
thing
cutting
is that
City.
down to
So,
coaching? Is that a quality problem or is that a coach? I think it's a coaching problem,
well, our
personally.
defense, I
Yes,
think it's a
our
bit of
defense
both.
is a coaching problem.
I
You
th-
know why?
I think
Because
I
we
think
do
it's a
not
bit of
do the
both.
basics, JK.
We don't do the basics, but then the thing is this. Okay, cool. You could. That's a good argument, but at the same time, is this. We also suffer from silly mistakes. It's silly mistakes that are costing us as
Mm.
well. Schoolboy
Yeah,
here.
but that
How
can
many
yeah,
times,
but
Wolfie?
repetition, bro. You
But
can
then
you can
Wolfie,
iron
you
out
need to
mistakes by
understand.
drilling.
Yeah, but then the thing is this, and I agree with you as well, in a sense, and this is why I wanted a manager that's pragmatic a bit. I feel like Chelsea just need to
Yeah,
be a team that's
adapt,
hard to
innit? They
beat.
can adapt.
Yeah, yeah, and we just need to be a team that's hard to beat and go back to basics. And I agree with you on that. Hence why I didn't want the nonsense of Maresca inverting fullbacks, this that nonsense, that and the other.
Right.
I'm not saying he did, and but the thing is this: you need to
Mm.
understand that the players are still not of quality. Then they're nowhere near.
Oh no, I
And
hear
if you
that.
look at
They're not
it,
world
the lack
class.
of quality, the lack of quality shows. For instance, how many times have we said a lapse of concentration?
Yeah,
And
but
that's not always
what?
the manager's fault.
Hang on.
That's not
What's the difference though between a good Chelsea side and bad Chelsea side when it comes to defending? Because think
a good
about it,
Chelsea.
right? When we think about all the good Chelsea teams that defended, when you think about Mourinho,
Yeah,
Conte,
yeah.
Tuchel, they all played
Mm.
deep. What do we do under Enzo, Lampard, and the rest of them that fucks us up? High
You know
line.
what? We played the high line. Now, what you need to do, Wolfie, compare the centre backs that we had under those players, and compare it to Lampard. Now compare it to Enzo Maresca. Now you compare it to Rafinha. We compare it to Poch. Are they all the
Mm.
same? No, they're not. So
No, but they are
so quality.
utilised differently.
I understand that, but then quality. Let's not diminish the quality side of things. It
Yeah, but look
matters.
at someone like Marcus Alonso, bro. He was 7 mil from where was he from? Wasn't it Bolton as well?
No, he came
I
from
swear it was
Fiorentina.
Bolton.
No,
Was
we
it
bought him
for?
for Fiorentina. Remember, he played. He
Mm.
played. He was at Fiorentina. He was in Italy before he came to Chelsea. And
No,
then
no,
what
but he was in
happened was
England
this.
already. He was in
Oh yeah,
England.
he was,
Then he
but that
went
was
to
before.
Italy.
Yeah, that was
Was it
back in
Bolton he was at?
2011. Yeah, it was at Bolton. Yeah, he was at Bolton.
Was it Bolton?
I
Yeah,
remember.
thank you, Brig. Yeah, he was at Bolton.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah,
then
you
we
go,
bought him from the
Rodri.
Italian.
Rodri's starting to get back. See, that's the other thing that's really hurt them as well. I completely agree with you, yeah, Ryan. 100%. Since that injury that he got last season, and I'm not being funny, I think we can all agree that sometimes players get injured and they don't come back the same.
And they don't come back the same. Agreed. There's so
And
many.
you know
There's
what?
so many
We've got one in
examples.
the back of our head as well, because now we're thinking about Levy Colwell when he comes back and thinking, is this guy going to be another Reece James now?
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
I'm
if
not
I'm
being
gonna
funny.
be
One
honest,
thing I have, sorry.
this was to go back to your point where we spoke about the quality mattering.
Mm.
And if you look at it, I'll give you an example. Van Dijk right now, he's not really been great. Let's be honest. He's kind of declined. And I feel like he's slowly, let's say, aging towards like he's gonna
Mm.
hang up his football boot soon. But let's be honest, in his prime, sometimes the high line can't be an excuse for defenders not being good enough. Liverpool didn't play a deep, let's say, brand of football as well. They played more of a high line football. But then the thing is this: they knew how to keep defenses. And if I'm gonna be honest, people say it's because of the odd pressing from the front that they did, and it helped them a lot. But I feel like, if I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of our centre backs that we had, even if you look under Mourinho, they would have done better. They would have also done well as well if playing such a attacking way of play. If they had an attacking way of playing, if I'm going to be honest, we had people like also David Luiz. Remember David Luiz? People never really liked the way he defended, but the guy on the board was top class on the board.
Yeah,
This
but
guy
hang on,
was one
wait.
of
Who made him fit into that system though? Because it was Conte. Because when Conte went to a five at the back, he was the one that played David Luiz in the middle, and when we attacked, he would push into midfield. Kind of what
yeah, it
Stones
was
is doing
Conte.
actually now for what City, or got
Yeah,
famous.
it was Conte, and I think also when did we buy David Luiz? It was like 2010, though. 2000.
Yeah,
It
he
was
was.
quite.
Yeah, he was there for 2 stints, because he was there
He
like
was under
20. I think it was
Ancelotti.
like 209 to 210,
Yeah, but he was
211.
a DM
Sorry,
at the time. He
but we
was a
still played
DM
him
at
at
the
centre
time.
back because he played for us as
Yeah,
centre back in the Champions League final. Remember
yeah, I
in
remember.
2011, him and
Yeah,
Cahill, and they were both
yep,
nursing hamstrings, which was funny.
yep. Yeah, but like if you look at it, I feel like the quality aspect you can't really get denied. I feel like, if I'm gonna be honest, I actually hear what you're saying as well. The tactical side of things needs to improve when it comes to making us difficult to beat. If you don't want to be conceding so much goals, play a way of playing where it's a bit defensive, so the players can just learn
Well,
off
hang on.
defenders a
Hang on.
unit.
Hang on. Let me ask, and this Ryan or JPT or anyone else is watching this, right? When we, when as Chelsea play, right, what is the one thing we don't do enough of?
Us
Taking on our men.
taking on our man, yeah.
Yep. Because when you see people like Garnacho out on the left hand side, and you see people like say Esteval on the right hand side, there's always that space out wide, bro. Have you ever noticed that? There's always
Of course.
space in front of them, but they never knock the ball forward and run onto it for some reason. They
Well,
always pass inside. Why? When at Chelsea Football Club did we become afraid to take players on? It's kind of like watching sometimes. Okay, and this is true, and I'm not even trying to badmine. Sometimes watching us is like watching 2 years ago Arsenal, sideways, backwards, sideways.
I agree. I
So
say it to my friends all the time. It's like watching the Arsenal, the older, the banter era one. But
facts, Ryan, exactly. What's Neto being asked to do at Chelsea that he wasn't being asked to do at Wolves? Because that's the other thing as well. Pedro Neto is brilliant 1-on-1, but we never utilise it. In fact, it's on the rare occasion he does get a chance to take on his man and he beats him. Is normally when he gets an assist because he actually does really pop up, actually quite regularly pop up with assists. Neto when he plays, and he read. I think it's a tactical instruction, like how
I
Pep
hear
would.
it.
Because
I hear it
like,
as well. But then the thing is this: uh, these managers, we're always going to get these managers that will stifle these players. If I'm going to be honest, if under these, and if you look at it, the managing is changed now. Everyone wants to
yeah, got
play their
worse.
players the different way, and they want to play a certain way. Everyone is inverting. Next thing you know, centre backs are playing as DMs, and yeah, that's where football's going. Unfortunately, it's jarring, but
You see why it's
at
getting
the same
crap now,
time,
don't you?
yeah. But this
Jack
is
of many
why.
trades, master of none, is what I would call that.
But now, Wolfie, although we talk about this stuff, it's sad and unfortunate. We need to rely on adaptability and adaptability to the players that we have. We have now. We are past the era of the Hazards, the Del Pieros. They're retired. They're all at home. They're with their family. The thing is this: we all know football is rubbed out.
No.
That's the thing. So. And now we're looking at one of our best players now in the world right now. We're looking at Elise is one of the best wingers in the world. If I'm gonna be honest, you
Mm-hmm.
look at Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia is incredible.
Right, yeah, but hang on, mate. That's a good point. Were they good
Yeah,
players, or did Enrique make them good players?
I think Kvaratskhelia. Yeah, Enrique made them good players. If I'm gonna be honest, and that's why I really like Enrique. Do you know what I'm saying?
And Dembele, bruv,
So
look at that guy. He was laughed at. That guy
yeah,
was laughed
Dembele.
at. No one thought he was going to win the Ballon d'Or, and he won the Ballon d'Or because of Luis Enrique, bruv, utilizing him
Exactly.
properly.
And this is the thing,
So
Enrique is our last hope when it comes to good managers. And if I'm gonna be honest with you,
he's a proper playing manager. He's a proper playing manager.
yeah,
I think
Wolfie is
I
our
think
last
you know
hope.
Pep's time's passed because at the end of the day, long story short, I think Enrique can improve players where, like you said earlier, Pep needs the complete article for it to work.
Exactly. And Wolfie, and I can say the same for a lot of managers. Vincent
I
Company
think
do not get
Tuchel improves
fooled.
players as well, to be honest. I think
Yeah,
Tuchel improves
and
players
two
as
calls
well.
as well. But then Wolfie, this is why I say people do not get fooled by Vincent Company. Hansi Flick is another manager. If he has this squad, he will get torn apart. So now I've changed my mind on Hansi Flick. I used to say bringing Hansi Flick, he's a Hansi Flick. The more I watch this guy, the way
Bro, look at you
the
got
way this guy
Rafinha playing, bro. Look how Hansi Flick got Rafinha playing.
I understand, but Wolfie, Rafinha has always had that ceiling to become this good anyways.
Hang on,
If
hang
I'm
on,
gonna be honest with you.
hang on. Ryan, if you disagree, please tell me a player you think he's improved. Because you can't say it's any of the current City players. None of them have improved under him recently. Well,
They've already digressed. Let's be honest. When it comes to Man City, they've let me tell you the way Pep works. Pep Guardiola is he's a great manager. But if I'm gonna be honest, if you watch him at City, every player players he only gets players at the finished article. If I'm gonna be honest, I think there's one player that you can say he's kind of improved and developed well to a point was Sane. You know Leroy Sane before he joined Man City. He was people didn't really know him as he was just say the up and coming kid, but he had a lot to learn. But then when he joined Man City, you can see how Pep was able to trust his abilities when it came to skill. And this is why I always said the best era of Pep I would say is the 17-18 season. He improved a lot of players. Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling was never Raheem Sterling had a stint at City where he was declining a bit. If you remember, I'm not talking about Liverpool Sterling. I'm talking about my City Sterling wasn't always great, if I'm gonna be honest.
no, he wasn't.
But
He had
then
ups and downs.
he had ups and downs. But then my that version of Pep where he won the league for the first time with City,
Well,
I feel like
hang on.
yeah.
I'll address this comment afterwards, Ryan. Sorry, Jake. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh yeah, of course. Wait, did you want to address a comment? Or?
I was going to say Rodri hasn't improved, not recently. I was going
No,
to say. I mean, you could
but my
argue enough, maybe, but he's not brilliant yet. And
yeah,
O'Reilly, I think O'Reilly's average, to be honest.
yeah. Bernardo
Bernardo
Silva only
Silva,
regressed. He regressed.
um,
I'm sorry.
because no offense here, if you want to talk about player he's made regress badly, Foden.
There's more than that, Wolfie. There's more than that. There's more than that. Look at all the centre backs. Nathan Ake, Ruben Diaz. They all
Mm,
regressed. They all regressed under
well,
him. Kyle Walker. They all regressed under him. The thing is, this is what you
well,
need to understand with
I
Pep.
think they all hit a certain age where Pep thought they were beyond their usefulness. Put it that
But
way.
this is why people say
Well,
Pep
hang
has
on,
gotten it
wait,
easy.
hang on,
Go on.
wait. To me,
Yeah, go
Atletico
on.
Madrid. Hang on. When he says Rodri is massively improved, I'd actually have to say for me, Rodri was more or less a no-brainer because I have to say, maybe you could even say Walker improved tactically, but with Rodri, he got him from Diego Simeone. That was a no-brainer. Anyone who watched Spanish football knew that was a no-brainer, and we can all tell since his injury, like. I like Rodri, and we can probably debate about it all day long, but it depends whether you think his decline is down to injury or Pep's management.
But Wolfie, what I was trying to say is this,
That's because he
and
had
this is
better
why.
players around him, Ryan. He had De Bruyne and
This,
some stuff around him.
but my point is this, yeah, and this is why a lot of people say Pep has had the easiest job. And if you look at it, when he was managing, when he was at City and at other teams as well, whenever one of his players that was on a high regressed, he instantly gets a replacement. He gets the next big thing. He gets the
Hey,
next big thing.
wait. No offense, right? KDB, nah, bro. He'd already won the league and whatever else with City. But nah, Yaya Toure. If you look at how he destroyed Yaya Toure twice, and arguably Yaya Toure was one of the best midfielders in the world when Pep went to City. He was winning them finals and everything, and he fell out with him again.
KDB was
KDB was always because Mancini had got him. They won the league with Aguero and them lot. I'm sorry, I can't
no,
give
but
Pep that because he'd already
KDB
won
didn't
the
win
league
the
and
league with
whatever.
Aguero. He wasn't
For them,
there in the Aguero. He wasn't there in the Aguero moment. KDB.
no, but he was there afterwards though because
Oh
Mancini
yeah,
was
of
there,
course.
and then Thingy came. Who came after and won the league? Was it? Who won their league after? Because they won one in like 2013, didn't they? And then didn't they win it again after we did?
Yeah, they did, but KDB wasn't there. What I can say though, when Pep joined Man City in the 16-17 season, KDB
Mm.
you can already see he was looking promising. So there
Hang on
was
a
not
minute,
really
wait,
like
stop, tell a lie. Because didn't after no, he had to wait at least 2 seasons, didn't he? Because didn't after we win it, didn't Klopp win it the first time, and then City went on their run. Because
what
I
you're
remember,
talking about
yeah,
the best of
Pep had
KDB.
to spend about 500 million, 700 million before City were any. Because he had four fullbacks he didn't like. In one summer, he bought four new ones.
But
Um,
Wolfie,
who else?
you're
Fernandinho and them
literally
lot there.
Wolfie, you're literally saying my point. That's the thing. Pep has it easy. They just splash
Ryan,
money at
I'm
the problem.
open
Man
to
City,
listening to anyone's opinion, brother. You don't have to worry about snapping. No one's snapping at anybody. We're just talking
yeah, no
about it,
one.
brother.
But this is the
No
thing,
one's
Wolfie.
snapping.
This is what you need to understand, chap. Is that Pep had his issues just thrown out with money. So the thing is this: if he and the thing is, what I read about Pep, he can tell when a player's regressing before, let's say, before he becomes, let's say, even worse. I'll give you an
Mm.
example. When Kyle Walker was starting to, you saw him start to decline and this, that, and the other. He didn't wait until it get bad. What he did was he brought a Cancelo. Remember, he brought Cancelo in. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
Cancelo was doing the most. I don't care what anybody says,
But
yeah.
yeah, but look what happened to Cancelo, bro, in the long run. Oh,
Exactly. This is why Wolfie. And remember Cancelo had issues with Pep that season where he was talking about, oh, I'm not getting played enough, this, that, and the other, and he had a bust up during the training ground. And this is the thing, a lot of people are not ready to say Cancelo was finished yet. But the thing is, Pep saw it. And what happened was they threw money at the issue again. This is what they do. They throw money at the issue. This is what they did. Pep,
by big
ha-
names.
and this is the thing. And when
And
it
they
comes
still
to
do it now. Look how much they got the Rama for, bro. 25 mil.
exactly. So Wolfie, when people say Pep has improved players, he's not improved players. They were already improved when he was there. He already gets the finished article. He already got the finished article. If I'm gonna be honest, Nathan
Oh, by the
Ake
way,
was already a good
and
centre
Walker,
back.
remember, and Carl Walker made his name at Spurs first.
Exactly. That's the thing. He was already good. He was already a good right back at Spurs. Let's not
Exactly.
do this.
On the
This is the thing.
potch. So that was a
This is the
no-brainer.
thing. he was the one that spotted Kyle Walker's weakness, and he was like, you know what? Let's get rid of him before he turns bad. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
when he lost his
Not even get
pace.
rid of him.
Yeah, when he lost
Is
his
it
recovery pace. Yeah,
exactly? I'll
not
give you
hard.
another example. Wolfie, remember the season where everybody wanted Nathan Ake. Everyone wanted Nathan Ake from Bournemouth. I think a lot of teams like Real Madrid did. Nathan Ake was a really good centre back at Bournemouth. Don't let the nonsense about Bournemouth fool you. But when he went to Man
Mm,
City, you can see he started off really, really bad at the same time. But if you
mm.
look at it, he had an injury. He had a bad injury. So
Yeah.
what it was, he found a system that was better for him. I think they were playing like a back three. Sometimes he would play as the left back. He would invert sometimes as well. So
Mm.
once he realized Ake was used to that, that's where he got the best out of him. What I can say, he can bring the best out of players with a system that he implements. But when it comes to improving players, I don't know about that. I feel like he gets players already, let's say, the finished article or at least getting there. So he
Well,
didn't really have to do much
hang on.
work.
Name me one team that Pep's actually built. Because I'm struggling to think of any. Because when you think about his Barcelona, the core of his Barcelona team were already there. Because Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi were all given their debuts by Frank Rijkaard,
Wolfie, that's a
particularly
great question.
Xavi. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Wolfie,
That
that
Julio, the structure was there. Ronaldinho was there. Etu was there. They were all there already when he took over at Barcelona. And I remember that in 2006. I'm not cussing out Pep, but like this is why they hate him in Germany. Have you ever wondered why it went wrong for him in Germany? And if Ryan G's his biggest fan as a Pep, he must know that in Germany they don't like Pep.
that and then he also he didn't and also I swear Bayern Munich fans were angry. He didn't win the Champions League. This, that, and the other.
Bro, you know what the worst part was? As soon as he left,
He
they
didn't win
did.
Bayern the Champions League. He struggled in the
Bro, as
Champions
soon as
League
they
for
left,
Bayern.
he did his thing. He come in, the German coach, didn't he? And he did that
Yeah,
season we were talking about the other day when they destroyed Barcelona.
yeah.
When
They were
Lewandowski
they
and them
didn't
lot
like
were there.
they didn't like Pep. I remember Bayern Munich just complained. They just complained about Pep. He would win league titles, trebles, and then they'll be like, "Oh, this Pep guy, he can't win the Champions League with us." That's my issue. Why can't he not win the UCL? Like Bayern Munich, the league is just bread and butter for them. All they want is the UCL. They want the UCL, man. If you're not winning them the UCL on top of that, you're gone.
Yeah. Well, that's what Bayern. Well, they were kind of like Juventus at the time. They were kind of like, yeah, the league title was more or less a certainty then. He bought a few players from the B team at Barcelona, Biscuits, and a few others, but you still got him credit for the football that they mean. Well, I'm not being funny. Like when people talk about the Barcelona football, who do you talk about? Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, all of them like, were all produced by Frank Rijkaard, not Pep. And I'm not being funny. Without them around him, Biscuits looks questionable, or Busquets looks questionable. No offense, you can have a team where you've got players that look good, and when they go into other teams where the strengths aren't necessarily the same. Like for example, how many players could you honestly say look better because of Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi? Yes. Whoa! What you mean? Frank Rijkaard didn't do a league and Champions League double with that team? Because Frank Rijkaard won the Champions League with that team before Pep took over, right? Didn't who beat Arsenal? I swear it wasn't it Frank Rijkaard that beat Arsenal in the 2006 Champions League final or
Yeah, it
5-6
was.
Champions League final.
It was.
So, and I'm not being funny. They were playing some of the best. What do you mean, Ronald D? Bro? I can't agree with that point. Surely, but style of football even as well, bruv. Ronaldinho, bruv. The guy that used to embarrass defenders week in, week. I can't agree with you on that one. All right? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right, but I can't agree with you. No offense. The football I saw under Rijkaard, some of what Pep's football wasn't even close to that. Yes, you got the tiki-taka, which was the 1-2s, the neat, but the actual skill, control, the way the balls used to be played, the passes. You had Xavi, Iniesta, Juli, Deco. Bruv, Deco! How could I forget Deco? That's another Chelsea legend, Chelsea player that doesn't get bigged up as well. Won the league in 2010. He was arguably one of our best technical
Yeah.
players ever, Deco, and he was there. Bruv, they'd already taken over the world by the time Pep come over. So I can't give you that. I can't. I appreciate what you're saying about the Barcelona way from the Marseille and the academy and stuff, but to say they weren't already playing good football is ridiculous. Like, because I'm not being funny.
And
Ronaldinho won
also,
the Ballon d'Or then.
you know what? And also, Luis Enrique's Barca team also. I think
Oh,
we also
MSN
need
as
to
well. Look,
credit.
yeah, look what, bro.
That's
That
the
team
thing.
destroyed teams. That
That
was
destroyed
arguably,
teams, and also people can say the players as well. But I feel like the tactical instruction was just so unique. I don't know
bro. You know how you
something
know
about that
Luis
Enrique
Enrique,
team.
right? The fact that he done exactly the
Enrique,
same thing with PSG tells you it was his tactics, bro. The way he makes
it's his
them play,
tactics.
bro. The way
And
he
this is the
makes
thing.
them
I
play.
feel like Enrique is the last good, is the last one we have at the moment. I don't see,
He's
I
like
don't
a
see
Spanish
anyone
clock,
else.
bro. He likes to play high attacking pressure football. Right? He's like a Spanish clock
But
because what he
he's
likes
better
to
than
do.
Klopp.
Yeah, obviously he's
He's
better than Klopp, but he
yeah,
likes to put the pressure on the opposition. That's what I like about him.
yeah,
Same with Pep and same thing with Pep and Mascherano as well. They like to do that. They play high reward, high risk football. But the thing is with like Enrique, he's refined his one because because I'm not being funny. Yes, we could talk about the players that Enrique has not improved, but when you look at all the best wingers in the planet right now, you could say all of them are at PSG. And
yeah.
think about it. When they played Liverpool the other day, they didn't even have mans like Bakula there. He wasn't even on the bench.
But
And
Barcola doesn't start for PSG.
that's what I'm saying, bro. And he's still
Yeah,
ridiculous. This is
exactly.
why PSG would beat everybody. Because if Dembele is not doing it, Bakula can come on. If Bakula's not doing it, my man can come on. Like, their
Who's that
attacking
young player?
options up front are. And you know what the beautiful thing about it? They can all change positions and swap as well. That's the
You know,
beautiful thing about it. Bakula could be on the right, he can be on the left, he can suddenly be in the striker's position. Dembele the same, comfortable up front, comfortable on the left, comfortable on the right. You know
and
what I mean?
also
Like,
you talk about player growth, but look at the sort of player, and this player doesn't even start for PSG. Gonzalo Ramos, I feel like
another good
when
player.
yeah, I'm telling you, he was a flop. I remember people class him as a flop when he first joined PSG, with the price tag, this, that, and the other. But even when you
Mm.
look at him coming off from the bench, he's not even bad. He's not even, he looks really, really good. This is the thing. So when you talk about improving players, it's not the aspect of, oh, this, that, and the other, this guy's a system for each player. And no, you need to understand that these sort of players need freedom. And if you look at it, Wolfie, as well, yes, there's the tactical side of it, but you see that a lot of PSG players are expressing themselves quite a lot. They kind of trust each other. They
They
build
take on
chemistry
their
within.
men, bro. That
They
PSG
take on
team,
their man.
they take
Yeah,
on their just like MSN used to back in the day, bro. They take on their men, bro, and that's why defenders shit themselves, bro. That's why in the Premier
exactly.
League defenders don't shit themselves anymore. Oh no, they do, but it's just when the simple ball goes over the top because a lot of them can't even judge the flight of the ball correctly anymore. It's embarrassing.
It's crazy, man. Like literally. But
But
yeah,
yeah, what do you reckon? What do you reckon the scoreline will be? And I'll ask Ryan as well if you're still there, brother. What do you reckon the scoreline? Because I can see them with the trajectory we're on at the minute. No Enzo as well. Enzo Fernandez is deliberately he apologized, but
Mhm.
uh, I don't
No,
even know
but
why they're
Enzo
doing
not in
that,
the
bro.
team. Enzo not in the team won't be a big, big, big effect. I don't know,
Well,
but
do you reckon
I
it'd be
would
Lavia
say,
Casado?
yeah,
It's
either
probably what
that
it's
or
going
I
to be.
think well, either that or Lavia or Lavia. Yeah, Lavia Casado or Andrew Santos and Casado. But I prefer Lavia and Casado. Surely Lavia's had enough time to recover. So there's no way
Yeah,
he can't start this game. He's had enough time. He's not played a lot of games. He's been at the training ground. He should start that game, really.
we've
So
been back about 3 weeks, 4 weeks now.
yeah, we've had enough rest. Esteval can start. He has to start. I'm sorry. Esteban has to start this game. We're in a moment at time when we need to pick up results. We need to go on a run of wins because they've now confirmed fifth as Champions League spot. But at the same time, yeah, we just got. But score. I don't know if we'll lose this game. It just depends what Pep does.
Mm.
We need to see what Pep does because he can wake up one morning and say, "Oh, let me be a madman and play this player, this, that, and the other." Yeah. So it all just depends on what Pep does. I think we can get something from this game. I feel like because Man City are gettable. They're really, really they're gettable.
Yeah, they're rubbish, bro.
So
You can get
yeah, you can get at them. So
Easy.
I wouldn't be surprised if we win. I wouldn't. If we win this game, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
So I would say
bit hard. No, you're right. Ryan says 2
I'm
0
gonna
to
go
City.
2-2. I'll go 2-2. Desmond. I'll go 2-2. We'll get a draw, and then we got Man United next week. So we'll have to see what happens there.
What you're not gonna? What you said 2-2 though? Is that the?
Yeah, we'll go 2-2.
Fair enough.
I think Man City are gettable. I think people are over exaggerating a bit. They're gonna smoke Chelsea. Okay, if they do, then I'll hold my hands up and say, you know what, I was wrong. But yeah, if
No,
I'm
quite
gonna be
often at
honest,
home we play alright against them, and we tend to play alright. It's normally away we get smoked against City,
yeah.
but
I
at
mean, we
home
got a draw.
we like a
We
draw
drew.
or a win.
Yeah, we did draw the game. We actually should have won the game, to be honest. And we didn't even have a coach, if I'm gonna be honest. So yeah.
Well,
No.
let me just quickly touch on this before we wrap this up. How good a feeling is it now knowing Tottenham are in relegation? So,
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny, man. Literally.
hey Ryan,
But listen,
I want Ryan's opinion on this, and I want to know, what do we actually think the chances of Spurs actually going, because they're away to Sunderland over the weekend.
is that Saturday or Sunday?
No, I think that's. Let me find out. Hot spunk. I mean Spurs. No. It's tomorrow. It's Sunday. They're playing Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I'm just hoping that I want Arsenal to bottle the title, bro. They
We
can't
all do,
bottle it.
mate. But
I hear what Ryan's saying, but to be honest, no one's good enough to catch them. So, and that includes City. Because I'm not being
yeah, that's
funny.
the issue.
Because one thing about it is, if this was City of 2-3 years ago, they'd already gone past Arsenal.
Wolfie,
Right?
what I will say is this: if Man City can't beat us, that's where they kind of have to just give up the title. That's it.
But
It doesn't
they
even
should
matter what happens
already
in
give
that
up the
Bournemouth game.
title. What?
I know, but
I'm in the winning the League Cup. What makes
Wolfie, a lot
our
of City
City
fans,
fans think they're any good?
a lot,
Right?
no,
They're
a lot of
slapping.
City fans
They got
think.
slapped up by Madrid recently, so they shows them their shit.
No, but a lot of City fans think they can still win the title because
Oh
Arsenal's
no,
bottled you.
that's
But
deluded
yeah, that's
arrogance,
the
bro. They
thing.
can't still win the title. All Arsenal got to do is just draw a couple of games and they can still win it.
Yeah, they just have to win tomorrow.
Oh, and think of it. If we beat them as well, we help that. If we beat City, we help Arsenal secure the league.
But what I can give to City do have a game in hand, so they do have a game
Yeah,
in hand.
they're 9 points clear, bro. With 5 or 6 games
Wolfie,
left.
but what I can say though, if somehow they're 3 points, if I'm telling you, if somehow they're 3 points behind Arsenal by that Etihad game, then I think they can do it. If I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah,
I think
look,
they
I want
can
to
do
see
it.
City's running because I know Liverpool have
Yeah,
quite a tough running, but I want to see City's running. Hang on a
yeah,
minute.
they got a tough run in City. If I'm gonna
Well,
be
they got
honest,
us, then they got
they got
Arsenal, and they got Burnley. Oh, that's the was that? What was it? No, that's for the Carl. What's this for? Yeah, the Premier League. Yeah, and they got Burnley away. Sorry, excuse me. Well, so they got Arsenal and us back to back.
yeah.
They've got to go to Palace as well. Palace have got to go to the Etihad because that was postponed. That's why they got a game in hand. And Palace
Not easy.
typically play well against City, to be honest.
Yeah, but they've been beating them a lot this throughout the past 3 seasons, so they
Yeah,
should
that's
deal
what I
with them.
mean. Palace are a bogey team for City, to be fair.
Yeah, but then I think Brentford they will beat Everton. They can beat Brentford, but we'll have to see. But at the same
What Villa
time,
as
they've got
well.
these stupid. Yeah, but they've got these stupid draws, Man City. So that's why I kind of don't trust them. They could draw
Well,
to Everton. They could draw to Burnley. So yeah, but
well,
then the
well.
thing is this: if Man City beat us and then Arsenal lose, and then they play Man City, and then they beat Arsenal as well, it's looking spooky for Arsenal. If I'm going to be honest.
It could be, and I must admit they did steal momentum off them when they beat them. But the
Yeah.
thing is, Arsenal's running. They got Man City, obviously next week. Then
Yeah,
they've
but there's no
got
way. Come on, like Wolfie, there's no way Arsenal can't bottle this. Surely
they
you
got they
can't
got
bottle.
Bournemouth
You
tomorrow, so
cannot bottle this.
they should beat. They'll bore Bournemouth to death, bro. They'll just bore Bournemouth to death.
Yeah, that's what's
Like,
gonna
I
happen.
look
They're
like
gonna
he did
ball Bournemouth to
Sporting.
death, and then yeah, next thing you know, the set piece
Right,
comes in.
look, right. Their remaining fixtures, right? They've got Bournemouth at home next. Then they got City away. So there's that City game you were talking to. I don't think Bournemouth are going to pull off any shocks tomorrow. Not unless somehow Bournemouth do a Southampton. Because let's face it, if it was Southampton Arsenal we're going to play tomorrow, I'd worry for Arsenal because they always seem to fuck up against Southampton, and they've been doing that for years. But yeah, they follow. Yeah, but most of their games are at home as well. After the City game, they got Newcastle at home. Then they got Fulham at home. They got West Ham away. They'll beat West Ham away. They got Burnley at home. Then they got Palace away. So they don't even other than playing City, they don't even play a big team.
Yeah,
So and I'm not being funny. You could say Newcastle. Nah, man, Newcastle are fucked. They're screwed, bruv. Eddie Howe's juice is running out over there. Chelsea will fold. No London club wants Arsenal to win. I don't want Arsenal to win. Have you seen the press conference? What a disaster. Bring your lunch and dinner, guys. Piss off.
damn,
Well,
DJ, you don't want your team to win. You're an Arsenal fan. How
no, no,
toxic.
no, no, no. He's an Arsenal fan. He just can't stand Arteta. Eze Carstring 3 weeks ago was supposed to be out for 6, and now he's back, rushed back. Oh, you're talking about Mikel. Mikel's a big fan of injections. Get him
Yeah,
onto the pitch. Get him onto the pitch. It's all right. He can hobble.
give me on gear.
You know what? Yeah, for me, that Arteta's man when it comes to his decision making, what happened with Timber last season, it would always confuse me. Man went off the pitch in the first half, injured, come back on the second half, and it just destroyed him. It really good thing Timber come back the same player though.
You know Arteta, he needs to be careful with these injections. Next thing you know, I'm telling you, if you overdo these stuff too
Bro,
much, it can
Saka's gonna do
affect.
a Rooney, bro. By the time he's gonna be 29, he's gonna be burnt out, bro.
But what exactly? And this is my issue. Next thing you know, I'm not going to. Obviously this is not accurate. I'm not always good. I'm not a doctor, but from what I've been reading, these injections that they're taking, if they carry on this nonsense, these can cause heart problems. I'm telling you.
Yeah, of
Having
course,
said
and it still fucks up their injuries more as well because all it does is mask the pain.
exactly, oh,
So
that's what it
it makes
does.
the injuries worse.
I'm telling you,
So
if Arteta, listen, he better
I never
pray.
like
Listen,
I'd never do injections ever. Even on Football Manager, never inject a player because you can
but
do that.
Wolfie,
You
Wolfie, we need to be
never.
serious. This is the thing. If he keeps injecting these players, they will end up like Tom Lockyer. Some of them will end up like Tom Lockyer.
Bro,
He's had 2 cardiac arrests.
I
I'm
don't
telling
get
you,
how these
this is
guys.
not a joke.
Yeah, I know. And who else had a cardiac on the pitch? Was it a few years back?
Er- Oh, Ericsson.
Was it Ericsson when he
Yeah,
was he playing in the
Euros.
Premier League when he collapsed?
Yeah, it was Ericsson
Was it Ericsson?
for Denmark in Euros. Yeah,
Oh, was it? Yeah, that's right. When he
yeah, it was
collapsed in the
Ericsson.
pitch.
Yeah,
Because one thing I don't understand how these guys they bought Gilchrist, they bought Noni, they bought Eze, and they still got no attacking talent. I don't know how Arsenal was so shit at attacking, bro. That's one thing I don't get. When
but
it
my
comes to
issue
going
is,
forward, Arsenal are poor, bro. They're
but
rubbish going
but
forward.
this is the issue. And
Off the
Wolfie,
ball, great. On the ball, whack.
and this is the thing. Is it the players or is it Arteta?
So that's
I feel
Arteta,
like
bro.
I feel like it's
Arteta is
Arteta.
managing how he plays, bro.
It's
Pragmatic.
Arteta. Yeah, it's Arteta. I've always said it's Arteta. Like I refuse to believe it's the players. I feel like they are really good players. I just think they've not had the time to recover from injuries. I feel like they've just been managed wrongly. I'm telling you, even DJ Crane is saying it. I feel
Bro,
like a lot
this
of these
is
Arsenal
DJ
players.
Green said the year Arteta retired, we finished his badges and refused to play. He was out of the red. He refused to play until he was out of the red zone. But players need surgery. Özil needs to drop the interview, airing Arteta out.
Yeah,
All right. So basically, there's dirt there. So yeah, why would
yeah,
Arteta want one stand for himself when playing and not the same for his players? Yeah, I get it, bro. That's because they're tools at that point. It's not his health. That's the
yeah,
difference. And I'm not being
yeah.
funny.
But
That's one thing I never did understand about Arteta as well. Like you've spent what close to $1 billion, and I'm not being funny. Your football's worse.
yeah,
Your football
I
is
think
worse.
that's what
No offense,
I feel. Wolfie, I feel that's just how he wants to play. I genuinely feel that's just how he wants to play.
bro. You even bore your own fans, bro. Like that's the fuck. And the thing is, and some of the, don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, but even Leicester's title run was better than this. Look at the goals Leicester scored. Like, you know what I mean? Like Jamie
Yeah,
Vardy's volley at Liverpool and stuff. They haven't had moments like this, bruv. These men are going to be looking back at own goals, corner
yeah.
kicks. It's like your Premier League win's going to be like watching a highlight show, a match of the day, bro. It's just going to be like corner kicks,
Wolfie,
penalties, and own goals, bro. It's going to be like, where's the football? You know
exactly.
what I
And
mean?
Wolfie, they can make fun of you for they could take. They could say that they can say you're salty all you like, but at the same time,
No, I'm not
we
salty,
got
bro. I'm not salty.
no, 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 exactly that's the thing. But then at the same time,
I watched Pires,
Chelsea,
Henry, and Thierry and Bergkamp and them lot play for Arsenal, but I know the standards of level of football for Arsenal. And what Arsene Wenger set up there, Arteta's is down there, bro, for standard of play. Like, don't even remotely get. Okay, they used to get banged in by other teams now and then, but still, Jesus Christ, man. That was the thing. Arsenal, that was the culture of Arsenal. They had the David Dean era where they had the managers that would teach him to defend, and then they had the managers like Wenger that would teach him to go forward. You know what I mean? Like, and I
yeah,
must admit, I do feel sorry for Wenger as well because players like Koscielny come in to replace people like Sol Campbell and all that. That ain't easy, man.
Mustafi as well. Yeah,
That ain't easy.
it's
What
crazy.
was it? Exactly, dude, is the Wicked Witch of the West and uses his players as minions. He has the majority of the fan base down bummer and they love it. Egal's voice goes up in pitch. Bro, when I hear Egal coming out with the three eyes and shit, intelligence, integrity, ignorance, and all that other jazz, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't begrudge Arsenal's style of like in terms of I don't begrudge them their title because no one else. No offense, if this was other years, teams would already gone past them. If I'm honest, if this was say City 2 years ago or us of 2016 or whatever, we'd already gone past them because they're not going to break any records this year. You know what I mean?
But Wolfie,
Social
can
media
you
was saying they were
imagine?
eyeing up our record of like the best defensive record ever. Within a few weeks after that being said, that was completely up in smoke and finished. So,
But then I can't lie. I might have to respect it though. But they're playing football like this, and they're about to be 15 points clear off the top and win the league with a possible 20 if City keep doing this nonsense.
well, the thing is,
And we're
that's because
clashing.
City keep doing nonsense. But the thing is, City are the pace setters. That's why
There's
it's
not only
nonsense.
City. Look at
And
everybody
Liverpool
else.
as
Look at
well.
Chelsea.
They're
Look at
defending champ.
Liverpool. Look at. It's an indictment on the league itself, and that's really worrying. So if Arsenal are playing like that, yeah,
Well, like you
it
said
is.
earlier, like certain players. Right, okay. Well, if we're talking about Liverpool, you're talking about the core. Like, no offense, Liverpool now are where Man City were 2 seasons ago. They got to start replacing the core of their squad. Yeah, Van Dijk's finished. Let's be honest. Salah's finished. Let's be honest. They did get hurt when, bless him, who's it passed away?
Oh, Jota.
Thank you, Diogo Jota, bless him,
Yeah.
because he was a good sole source of goals. They lost Diaz as well, which was he was a monster footballer. I like Diaz.
They
I have to
wanted
say.
Wolfie. They wanted to sell him, so I'm not sorry for that
Well,
for the
fine.
Luis
Like they
Diaz.
wanted to send it, that's where they got hurt. Because I'm not being funny. When you look at the core of it, bro, Salah. If you want to see how shit Mo Salah come, just look at him in the last Champions League game when they lost to PSG, bro. Man's taking it. He's on the left. He's in the box. He's on the edge of the 6-yard box. And man wants to take 20 touches before he shoots. He's so slow. By the time he actually goes to shoot, the defender's
Nah.
already blocking him.
Yeah, I
Right.
agree. Mo Salah.
Mo Salah, compared to how he was 2 years, bro, the man looks like he's in slow motion. The guy's got
Agreed.
no reflexes or reactions anymore. I don't get it. Maybe this guy's not training as hard as he was. Maybe his heart's not in it anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I'm not surprised this guy signs a new deal like back end of last season, and by halfway through this or near the end of this one, the man's calling it time. I'm not surprised, bruv. You're calling it time because you have to call it time. You're shit.
Andy Robertson's going as well. If you look
Yeah,
at it,
bruv.
he's just
But
announced
the
that he's
whole
leaving
team, the
Liverpool.
core's finished, bruv. Everyone's
Yeah, the
32.
core is all gone.
Robinson, Trent, all them lot. The core is done.
It's done out.
Van Dijk finished. But all the people that used to help him out, like Gomez and stuff, what happens to people like that? They're all fucking gone, bro. They're all disappeared. They're done.
Yeah. But
That's
then
why
Wolfie,
Slot was
and
smart. He tried to just get everyone in. Like he spent 500 mil because he knew how he had to replenish the team. He knew he had to buy some like a Wirtz or someone to replace Salah because he's thinking long term. No offense, all the Liverpool fans need to do is get comfortable with the fact that their team is old and shit. That's
yeah,
it. End of story. That's all Liverpool fans need to do. Acknowledge that. Whether it be Slot or someone else next season, they'll try and rebuild even more. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, because regardless of people say the spending sprees we go on, at least with the spending sprees over the last few years for us, we don't recruit all the names. We recruit all the youngsters. If there was a name to buy, these mans tried to do it. Look at Guy, bro. Like, Guy ended up going from Liverpool to City because they were just petting too much. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if Liverpool got Guy as well and they were still this bad? Jeepers, creepers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, mate. Liverpool, they're fools to themselves, man. Because Liverpool, they think because they won the league, so and that's the problem. That's the problem with the Premier League as well. Every year, everyone's shit. Right?
yeah.
Why is it in the Premier League nowadays? Yeah, whenever teams win it, bro, they win it by comfortable margins. When we won it last, we won it by a comfortable margin. When City won it, once they overtook Arsenal, they won it by about 7 or 9 points, Dread. They won it by a comfortable margin. Look at Liverpool last season. Comfortable margin. There is no competitiveness in the Premier League. This is what I don't like. Everyone's like, yeah, it's the most competitive league in the world. No, it fucking ain't. Because
Yeah.
you name me, other than with that City United thing, many, many moons ago when you had the Aguero goal, you name me the last time the title went down to the last day of the season.
It's never.
Exactly.
There's
It
normally
doesn't.
done. It's normally done by
It's
by
done
by
and
April.
dusted, bruv.
Yeah.
Normally by April, maybe like it's done and dusted. Sometimes, bruv, look at Liverpool last year. By March, they'd wrapped up league up.
Wolfie, you know they use the T word. Everyone, instead of calling them rubbish, you say they're always in transition. Teams are always in transition.
No, but
That's
the
the
thing is, I
issue.
can understand why these teams are. City have got the best excuse because I'm not being funny. When you think about it, that's their greatest side ever. They've just kissed goodbye.
Oh
With
yeah, of
the
course. But
league,
like we're talking
league
about the
the treble
Liverpools.
and all that, they've just kissed their best ever side goodbye. So I kind of understand City, but Liverpool, and this is the one reason why I never rated Klopp that much.
But that's
Because
Chelsea.
I'm
That
not
was
being
Chelsea as
funny,
well.
huh?
That was Chelsea as well. Let's
Yeah,
be
but
honest.
Chelsea won the Premier League when Klopp and Pep were there. In fact, when Conte, Pep, and Klopp were all fresh, Conte won the battle of the new managers. And guess what?
Oh
He's
yeah,
the
of
one that
course.
broke the 30 match, winning more than 30 games in a season and all that.
Yeah.
Think about it. Actually, think about it. Pep spent what 3 seasons at? Hang on, when long was it? 2 or 3 seasons? Because
He spent
I'm
more
not
than
sure.
that.
If he had, no. He won it after Conte, so it would have been like his second season after he spent 760 odd mil,
He
and
spent
getting
9
4 new fullbacks and all that
he
kind of
spent
jazz.
9 he spent 9 years at City, by the way. Pep.
Who?
Yeah, Pep.
Pep. Yeah,
Yeah.
and how much has he spent in that time period? Because if you want to talk about a team that eclipses us for spending, they definitely spend more than we do.
Oh yeah, they've spent almost I think 2 billion.
So but with Liverpool, you can kind of half expect that. You know what I mean? Like their players. Nothing told me how much more Van Dijk was finished in the way he gave that penalty away the other day when he boots the man in the FA Cup, bro. He
Look
was
at the
never
oil
close to
defending.
getting that ball. If he was used his brains and he should have never gone for that ball because he was never getting it. But he kicked through the man anyway, and it was just like, what are you doing,
Van Disney.
bro?
That's
Van
what,
Disney.
that's what we call him. Goodness.
and he's been called
Van
the most
Disney.
dominant. Bro, he's been called the most dominant defender in fucking Premier League history by people like Jamie
He's
Carragher,
not.
and he's not even
Sky Sports.
remotely close in
Yeah,
terms of
that's Sky
titles. I
Sports.
don't even think he's top 10.
I
So
hear it.
it's
Like
weird. You'd have to put Terry. He won 5. Like, you know what I mean? Like Gary Neville as a captain of Manchester United on the right wing. How many right fullback? How many did he win?
And Wolfie, you know the hypocrisy in this as well. This whole debate, people always talk about longevity plays a part. Van Dijk's it's not really longevity if you look at it. It's not
Bruv,
like
he won
that's the
two
thing.
leagues in 8 years, bruv. He wasn't
That's the
dominating
thing.
shit.
He
Man
wasn't
City
dominating
did.
nothing.
Man City
That's
did.
the thing.
Let's call a spade a spade. When Van Dijk was at Liverpool, Man City won 4 in a row. Let's call it as it is.
Yeah,
Where's the dominance? Fucking
yeah.
company can dominate the Premier League more than that. I swear he's got the same amount of league titles as Van Dijk. He's got at least 2. Jesus Christ. John Stones was part of that run, bruv. He's been more dominant than Van Dijk. Van Dijk will say, I'm the best Premier League defender ever. Oh, yeah, John Stones, I won 4 in a row. How many did you win?
But Van Dijk was still better than John Stones.
Yeah, but who won?
Yeah, I understand. That's true. I agree. But at the same
Oh,
time,
yeah, I'm a better defender
let's be
than you.
careful.
I lost and you won.
Yeah, but then
Football's
yeah, but
about winning,
Wolfie,
man.
it is about winning, and I agree. But let's not make this solely just on trophies. Sometimes the ability matters as well. Them as a player, it matters
Thank
as
you,
well.
Ryan.
Pe-
Proving my
But
point even further.
yeah. But
All
then
right,
but
Ryan,
then
how many
Wolfie,
did Gary Neville win as captain as well? If you don't mind, please. If you don't mind.
he won
Fine.
over 5.
Thank you,
He
thank you,
he
Ryan,
won
man. Bless.
he won a lot. He won a lot of these. I lost count. Gary Neville, he's won a lot of league titles.
What about Keane? How many did Keane win as captain? 7?
9. He won 9 league titles. I
So,
remember.
and I wonder how many people like Gary Pallister and them lot won. Oh yeah, I could even someone who even won the Premier League once and argue that he's better than Van Dijk. You know what? Look at Jaap Stam.
Yeah.
He won a league with United, left, went to AC Milan, and then helped Carlo Ancelotti pick up 2 more league titles in the Champions League, and will go down as one of the best defenders of his generation.
Is Aguero better than Harry Kane?
Is Aguero better than Harry Kane?
Yes.
As complete as each other because they do similar jobs. The only thing I would say about Kane is maybe when it comes down to his control, I think he's probably better with his head than what Aguero was, but Aguero was much faster.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Heyday Aguero was lightning quick, bruv. Lightning quick. And he could play, bruv. That guy could use both feet. He could play as a 10. He could play out on the left. He could play at the right. He could play as a striker. And again, he could use both feet. So, and he was so skillful. It's Diego Maradona's nephew. What do you expect?
You know what? With Aguero, I feel like he was more versatile.
Well, that match is Van Dizzle, didn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid, Aguero. I feel you saw more with his versatile side there a lot. But I feel like when he was at Manchester City, yeah. But then at Man City, when he was playing at Man City, he was just like a striker. He was their striker, to be honest.
The thing is, he was good though because he would score you 25 a season. Aguero was a bad man, bro. Excellent, world class player, bro. World class.
Yeah,
we should have got him instead of Torres.
But this is the thing. People are now starting to realize Kane is like a top striker. I'm like one of the best, like of all time. Because
the only thing about Kane is he can never truly live to his potential. Because realistically, right, with Kane,
Spurs was holding him back. That's it.
They were holding him back, and he it's kind of the story with Gerrard as well, and the Totties and all them lot. Did your loyalty cost you? Yeah. And you could argue that it did, because one thing about Kane is, right, I will say this year, I think at the moment he's the best striker on the planet, easily. Lewandowski's finished. There's no one else in the Premier League that has his eye for finishing, or his control, or his ability. Yeah, I know Idago Johnson won too. He also went to Barcelona and won the Champions League there as well. No, did he win the Champions League with Barca when they won it again? I think he won the league with them. I need to check actually. But yeah, but Idago Johnson was he's got the same amount of Premier League trophies as Van Dijk, and most people don't know who he is now, which is kind of funny.
No?
Pardon?
Good Johnson won 2 league titles.
Yeah, he did. I just want to see something quickly. Did he win a league title with Barca? Because I think he did. I think he did actually. Let me go check because I know he was. Yeah, he won the La Liga. Yeah, he won La Liga as well with
DJ
Barcelona.
Crane, I know Good Johnson. I just called him Johnson. That's it.
Oh yeah, and he won the
His
Champions League with
name.
Barcelona as well under
Yeah, he
Rijkaard.
did.
Oh no, under Pep even. Under Pep.
Yeah, I knew Good Johnson. I just called him Johnson when I was younger. That's it.
Yeah,
I
we
just
with you, right?
it's just his full name was just hard to pronounce. That's it. So when we added Good Johnson, it's like I was like I didn't really know. So yeah.
No worries. But look, it's been a good chat. It's coming up 1:30, so we've been going nearly 2 hours, so we might as well just wrap it up now because it's
Yeah, I
on the
guess
bit.
we just ended there. I'm tired as hell. But it
Well,
was a
I'm
good
not being funny. It's
conversation.
been a good chat, man. It's been these 2 hours have flown, bro.
Yeah, literally. The chat went really, really smooth. Pause. As if I'm talking to a gal or something. But yeah, yeah. It was really, really good chat to be honest.
No
Because
worries.
then what it is you don't stick on one topic and then you speak about the other. Yeah, like you just like throw in different topics. I like that sort of conversation. But yeah,
Well, it's a
I'm sure the
flowing
chat.
conversation. It's a
Yeah,
flowing
it's a
conversation.
good flow. Good
But
flowing
uh, but but
convo.
in, but in terms of answering the question of my own title about what's next, at best, I see maybe an FA Cup semi-final in our future. At best, I don't see no
Oh
trophies.
yeah.
So.
I forgot about that.
I
Jesus.
didn't. I was just about to bring it up, but we spoke about so much for so long. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I forgot about that, you know.
Because
We've
I'm not
already
being
got
funny.
Leeds.
Who we got in the next one? We've got someone easy, ain't we?
We got Leeds, yeah. It's a big game, to be
Well, no,
honest.
actually, no.
Really, really
Leeds
big
beat
game.
us in the league the last time we played them, so it's not easy. But it's
Yeah,
an old rivalry as well.
it's not gonna be easy at all. No, I'm quite nervous for that game, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, it's
I'm quite
Wembley, isn't it?
nervous for that
We
game.
got a shocking record at Wembley recently. It's like
Yeah,
eight
I'm
visits,
telling you.
8 defeats. It's
Wolf,
ridiculous.
if we're not careful, this Leeds can beat us. I'm telling you.
Well, they
If we're
did
not
that already,
careful,
didn't they? Beat us. Didn't they beat us 3-1 at their ground?
yeah, of course. I'm telling you. People are gonna try to take Leeds for jokes. Oh, we already made the final. No,
Oh no,
I'm
no,
telling
no!
you.
Only old school Chelsea
I'm
fans will
telling you.
understand the hate between Chelsea and Leeds. They're old enemies, but then again,
Oh,
new
I'm
fans
telling
don't
you.
get that. So don't
And
worry about
the
it.
new players, these players don't get it as well. I'm telling you, this game is not going to be easy at
Well,
all. It's going to be
the only
really.
derby nowadays players know about is Arsenal and Spurs. That's it.
That's just it. Other
They
than that,
don't
they're
know
not going to
nothing
show
about the
fight for
history
any
of the
other
club,
game.
bro. They don't know nothing about the beef we have with teams like Leeds, bro. There's real hate there as well. Real hate, bro, between Leeds and Chelsea. Well,
Well,
they
if you do
used
your
to be.
research, if you do your research, then when you're born don't matter, innit? So yeah,
Well, yeah, it depends whether you actually like the history. Because that's the one thing about me when I got into football. I didn't just like the history of our club. I like the history of everyone's club. I went out and I went read up about all the clubs. Every single
DJ,
like I tell you what, another interesting take, right? Someone said to me the other day that Pele was good, but he never played with world class players, and I was like, what? Well,
DJ,
when
get
he was playing in South America, and they didn't have world class players. I was just like, what? You do realize, yeah, that in that time period, Brazil won like 3 World Cups, and that's because most of the best players in the world played in South America. You know that, right? And he was like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
that's not true. And I gave him a list of about 10 players. And it was just like, yeah, all right, mate. Harry
Yeah.
Kewell, yeah. Alan Smith or which Alan Smith older or Alan Smith in terms of Leeds or Alan Smith is in Arsenal? Because I like Alan Smith Arsenal as well. He was class, very underrated player in my
He's a
opinion. Harry
commentator.
Kewell,
He's a commentary as
he's
well.
the commentator now.
Yeah.
Mark Viduka. What was Hart? Do you remember who remembers John Hart with their free kicks for Leeds back in the day, bro? When they had Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank as well. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I know
I
about
don't know
Leeds.
about Leeds.
Well, because they were like West Ham. They were like West Ham when they went down in 2001. They had such a big squad. It was like, how did these guys go down? And it just weird happened. Leeds Alan Smith. Oh, there you go. Leeds Alan Smith. But yeah. But anyway, big up to everybody. We're going to see how the results go over the weekend. But luckily, I haven't got a big bunch of people to say goodbye to today. JPT, big up. I'm sorry you didn't get back on. I hope everyone's
DJ,
going good.
before you
Airbnb.
go, before you go, Simon, yeah,
Yeah, go
DJ,
on. Big up.
DJ,
DJ Crane and Ryan G.
Granny. You see, this guy's something else, but man, What grannies? Grannies aren't that bad, you know.
Oh, Grant.
Why you hate? Why you hating on
Oh,
grannies for?
no.
Why you hating on grannies for? What did granny do to you, man?
All right, bruv.
Nah,
If you're
I'm just
going to,
joking. I'm
I
just
tell you
joking. I'm
what,
just
yeah,
joking. I'm
I
joking.
tell you what. If you're going to a Spanish island, frisky grandma's over there, bruv.
Nah. I was just joking. I was just joking. Yeah, I was just trying to stir the pot.
Blowjob's the best
No, I
for
was just
teeth
trying to
out.
stir the
Nah,
pot.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But anyway, big up to my co-host every time, JK. I hope that it's been a fucking great conversation. The last couple of Blues Brothers just swung by, bruv. Like I've been checking. It was like 45. I look back and go, 2 hours, Ross. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
It
crazy,
was
man.
flying by recently.
Let's do a challenge. Let's end this stream on the 2 hour dot in 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. I'll see you later.